healthy type thing, and they both schools, of course, have a great deal of respect for the other one, and yet when it comes to contests like this one, why they go all out to beat them. And, of course, they have not only that particular thing to look forward to, but it's also the battle of supposedly number 1 and 2 teams in the state. So I feel like the kids are going to be up for the ball game. I don't see how they could possibly be any other way. I think that they'll be ready to play. I think they're going to give it 100% and certainly try to keep their mistakes to a minimum. And we've had good workouts all week, I'll say that. We felt like the kids have responded real well to this particular ball game. So we look for a tough football game, and I think we'll be ready.
It's a case of the kids know what they have to do this week, and I believe that they'll do it. Run down the starting offense for the Hobbs Eagles.
Offensively, we'll have at our ends Ray Barker and Jerry Tenner. Ray will be at our tight end, Jerry Tenner our split end. Our Craig Carney will be at one tackle with Jim Bob Ferguson at our strong tackle. Alex Carrillo at our strong guard with Charlie Seago, a quick guard. Jim Kemp will be at center. Ronnie Pryor at quarterback. John Black will be at tailback. Jim Whitley at our fullback with Dan Foster at halfback. This will be our offensive starting lineup.
And, of course, we know of the changes that will come in. Run down that starting defense.
Defensively, we'll go with Don Pearson and Robert Gray at our defensive ends. Tackles Tony Aguilar and John Stanfield or John Rodriguez will start at the defensive tackle. At our middle guard, of course, Tim Baird will be there with Albert Mays and David Sage with linebackers. Kenny Walker and Steve Frederick will be our halfbacks with Vernon Patterson and Pat McMurray at our defensive cornerbacks. Of course, sometimes, Lee, when I'm talking about these people, we have others that see a great deal of action, like Greg Hutchings, who comes in at our back sometimes, tailback, and along with Kevin Weezer at our split end, who plays a great deal. Frank France at one of our tackles. All of these guys play a lot. Donnie Jackson comes in on defense, so all of them, of course, playing a tremendous part in our football team.
Well, of course, every member of that Hobbs Eagle team, as well as every member of the coaching staff, are important. And when we say starting lineup, that doesn't mean these are the only boys that will be playing. Coach, we look for a big one tonight. We look for big things the rest of the season as we do move into district play. And like I said, it's a new season tonight. So all we can say is good luck. Let's have a good one. Until next week, when the Hobbs Eagles return home to face Goddard High School from Roswell, New Mexico, I'm Lee Morton with head coach Doug Etheridge on behalf of Expert Well Service, thanking you for joining us.
Listen again next Friday night when Expert Well Service Incorporated and B&M Service Company present the Lee Morton Show. The store for you men and the store for you ladies who shop for men, Lee Lane's Men's Apparel at 115 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs has a large selection of knit sports coats in sizes 37 to 52. These double knit sports coats have the belted backs for that town and country look. They come in geometric, small check, houndstooth designs as well as stripes and in such colors as pink, blue, browns, and plaids. Besides double knit sports coats, you'll find at Lee Lane's Men's Apparel men's suits and socks, shirts and slacks, underwear and ties, jumpsuits and slacks. Remember, that's the store for men, and the store for you women who shop for men. Lee Lane's Men's Apparel, 115 East Broadway, downtown Hobbs.
This is KWBW 1480 on your radio dial in Hobbs, New Mexico. It's time now to go to Carlsbad for Eagle Profiles. Here's Harry McAdams.
Thank you, Charlie Green, and a pleasant good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. From Carlsbad, New Mexico, this is Harry McAdams together with Lee Morton, and we're here now to bring you the play-by-play broadcast of the Hobbs and Carlsbad football game. Before we get around to the pregame color and actually the statistics and the lineups and one thing and another that we have for you, we'd like to bring you some information about the Hobbs Eagles, and this, of course, comes to you from Grief and Hood Incorporated of Hobbs. What does PS mean? It stands for the personal service you get with every policy from Grief and Hood Incorporated. Yes, Grief and Hood not only will plan the right kinds and amounts of insurance for you before you have an accident or loss, but will always be on call whenever you need help. And if an accident should strike away from home, one of thousands of other agents or claim service representatives will take over for you. So for the policies with the PS, that means personal service, see Grief and Hood Incorporated at 207 East Sanger. As our Eagle guest this evening here in Carlsbad, we have Richard Wright, first of all, who lives at 201 North Temple. His parents are Mr. and Mrs. Robert Wright. His father is a miner. He has no brothers. He has sisters Mary Lynn Johnson. He's a senior in Hobbs High School. He's following a regular course of study and likes hunting and fishing also. He hopes to go to college, hasn't decided yet, would like to attend Sol Ross, and there to major in forestry. Also, Dennis Thames, who lives at 1104 San Andres. His parents are Mr. and Mrs. Pat Thames. His father is juvenile officer. He has one brother and one sister. He's a junior in Hobbs High School, following a regular course of study, which includes drafting. He's interested in sports of all kinds, hopes to go to college, and would like to attend, I believe that's TCU, but possibly Colorado State, and there to major in drafting. Our other Eagle this evening is Alex Carrillo, who lives at 814 East Gypsy. His parents are Mr. and Mrs. Ubaldo Carrillo, and he has one brother, George, or two brothers, George and Lupe, no sisters. He's a junior in Hobbs High School. He's following a regular course of study, likes football. He doesn't plan to go to college at this time, and has no further plans other than to play football this evening. Our other Eagle guest that we have lined up for you is Robert Gray, who lives at 1400 East Humble. His parents are Mr. and Mrs. Wendell Gray. His father is a head teacher in the Hobbs Public School System. He has one brother, Captain Wendell Gray, in the United States Air Force. He has a sister-in-law and brother's wife, Donnie Gray. He's a senior in Hobbs High School, and following a regular course of study. He also is taking math and science, interested in sports of all kinds, and he is working toward receiving an appointment to the United States Air Force Academy, and possibly to follow in the footsteps of his older brother, Wendell. He is interested also in studying medicine, and if he goes to the Air Force Academy, no doubt will take a pre-med course there, in addition to the other training which is given to all of the cadets. He's now serving as president of the National Honor Society and the Catholic Youth Organization at St. Helena's Catholic Church. Very fine young man. One of the real scrappers on the Hobbs Eagle football team is Robert Monterio Gray. Well, those Eagles are our Eagle guests for the game this evening, and this information, of course, comes to you from Grief and Hood. Are you getting the most for your money when you buy insurance? Are your policies written on modern forms which provide the most in protection for the least cost? Are all the major risks covered? All these questions and more can be answered by a modern scientific analysis offered by Grief and Hood Incorporated. The plan is simple, easy to understand, and comprehensive. Just call Grief and Hood at 393-4124. Let them put your insurance program in order. Keep it that way. Grief and Hood Incorporated in Hobbs at 207 East Sanger. This has been Eagle Profiles. This word, and then we'll be back with warm-up time.
Trust your automotive repair to Dilworth Automotive at 320 South Turner. Valve jobs, tune-ups, engine overhauls, transmission service, brakes, and body work will all be done expertly at Dilworth Automotive, 320 South Turner in Hobbs. In fact, if it's mechanical, they can repair and service it at Dilworth Automotive, where your Master Charge and Bank Americards are welcome. Remember, for body work, tune-ups, new brakes, engine overhauls, and transmission service or paint jobs, Dilworth Automotive, 320 South Turner is the place to take your car or truck. That's Dilworth Automotive, 320 South Turner in Hobbs.
Thank you, Charlie Green, and once again, a pleasant good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, on a perfect football night here in the Cave City at Carlsbad, New Mexico. This is Harry McAdams with Lee Morton, and we're ready now to bring you this all-important football game in District 4A football in New Mexico between the Hobbs Eagles and the Carlsbad Cavemen. The Cavemen undefeated in 6 times out. The Hobbs Eagles with a 5-1 record. It's warm-up time now, and here is a word from the Reese Prescription Shop.
In Hobbs, the preferred address for service is the Reese Prescription Shop, located only at 121 North Delmont. C.E. Burns and Reba Gracie, the registered pharmacist, are available 24 hours a day, every day. Their professional services must be available to their customers in case of an emergency. Call 393-9962 for night and holiday emergency service. Remember, the knowledge of pharmacy is the secret ingredient of every prescription. Next time, know it's right. Take it to Reese Prescription Shop, 121 North Delmont only.
Back here in Carlsbad now, in Carlsbad High School Stadium before a crowd of 10,000 people. And we have as guest here this evening the Hobbs Eagles from Hobbs, New Mexico. They are Ronnie Pryor playing at quarterback, weighs 160 pounds. George Bingham at quarterback at 149 pounds. Kenneth Walker at quarterback and also in the defensive lineup at 165. Donnie Jackson at end at 148. Danny Foster at halfback at 184. Pat McMurray at halfback at 155. Jerry Tenner at end at 167. Greg Hutchings at halfback at 144. Bobby Attaway at fullback at 173. Jim Whitley at fullback at 195. John Black at halfback at 176. Bobby Kelly at fullback at 180. Vernon Patterson at halfback at 165. Ricky Wright at halfback at 162. Steve Frederick at halfback at 162. Mario Chavez at fullback at 148. Steve Dyer on the injured list this evening, but in the lineup usually at end at 178. Bill Williams at center at 164. Jim Kemp at center at 213. Jim Bob Ferguson at tackle at 203 pounds. John Stanfield at tackle at 195 pounds. Charlie Seago at guard at 180. Alex Carrillo at guard at 188. Robert Gray at guard at 156. Tim Baird at guard at 190. David Sage at guard at 193. Pete Farmer at tackle at 176. Tony Aguilar at tackle at 191. Albert Mice at tackle at 185. Tommy Garrett at end at 175. Craig Carney at tackle at 179. Don Pearson at end at 178. Frank France at tackle at 206 pounds. John Rodriguez at tackle at 218. Kevin Weiser at end at 154. Ray Barker at end at 189. Carlos Carrillo at end at 167. Ross Cup at end at 156. The Eagles are coached by Mr. Doug Etheridge. This word now from the Reese Prescription Shop, and then we'll be back with the complete lineup for the Carlsbad Cavemen.
Accuracy, dependability, and service are three qualities you should demand when you have a prescription filled. And at Reese Prescription Shop on the corner of Delmont and Taylor, you get those and much more. C.E. Burns and Reba Gracie, university-trained registered pharmacist, will dispense the medicine ordered by your physician accurately and dependably. And the service is professional. A motto at the Reese Prescription Shop is when you need us, we deliver. Call 393-4515 for free delivery and pickup. For night and holiday service, call 393-9962. The preferred address for prescription service is Reese Prescription, 121 North Delmont only.
Back in Carlsbad now, a look at the Cavemen. First of all is Kelly Yarbrough at wingback at 135. Richard Forrest at quarterback at 138. Mark Jackson at quarterback at 165. Lee Rice at wingback at 140. Wayne Harper at quarterback at 145. Aaron Kelly, halfback at 148. Terry Rogers at end at 151. Alfonso Subia at halfback at 144. John Ingram at wingback at 142. Quinn Crabb at wingback at 151. Jeff Tabor at wingback at 164. Joe Carrasco at fullback at 155. Rusty Dobbs at fullback at 157. Paul Shoemaker at fullback at 171. Danny Maxey at fullback at 178. Eddie Watson at halfback at 134. Don Worth at halfback at 100. At halfback at 131. Bobby Forrest at halfback at 176. Ricky Coffran at halfback at 144. Rudy Acosta at center at 190. Ricky Mathula at center at 166. Eddie Vlasich at guard at 177. Phil Stone at guard at 139. Philip Canero at guard at 172. Rick Irish at end at 174. Keith Rustine at guard at 178. David Dayton at guard at 159. Andrew Canero at guard at 127. Dennis Ingram at guard at 211. Mike Brazil at fullback at 160. Dwight Smith at tackle at 206 pounds. Bill Waters at tackle at 256 pounds. Dave Sepich at tackle at 196. Jeff Neal at tackle at 183. Raymond Gardner at tackle at 193. John Beasley at tackle at 181. Ronnie Strong at end at 150. Mark Long at end at 161. Gerald Goad at end at 121. Steve Seal at end at 138. Gary Cantley at end at 175. Ricky Beeman at end at 122. Cass Tabor at end at 162 pounds. Those are the Carlsbad Cavemen. Their head coach is Mr. Bill Waters. This word now from the Reese Prescription Shop, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups.
In Hobbs, the preferred address for service is the Reese Prescription Shop, located only at 121 North Delmont. C.E. Burns and Reba Gracie, the registered pharmacist, are available 24 hours a day, every day. Their professional services must be available to their customers in case of an emergency. Call 393-9962 for night and holiday emergency service. Remember, the knowledge of pharmacy is the secret ingredient of every prescription. Next time, know it's right. Take it to Reese Prescription Shop, 121 North Delmont only.
And back here in Carlsbad now, we have the starting lineups for the visiting Hobbs Eagles. Starting at quarterback will be Ronnie Pryor. Rounding up the backfield is Danny Foster, Jim Whitley, and John Black. At center is Jim Kemp. At the guard positions are Charlie Seco and Alex Carrillo. At tackles are Jim Bob Ferguson and Craig Kearney. At the ends are Jerry Tenner and Ray Barker. The captains for the Hobbs Eagles will be Pryor, Jim Bob Ferguson, Robert Gray, and Tim Baird. We're going to pause briefly, ladies and gentlemen, for our invocation.
And protect each and every player on the field. So much privilege we do in everything we do, and grant the faith this home. In your name we pray. Amen. Please remain silent for the
And we're going to pause briefly again here for our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that will be played by the Carlsbad High School Band. Let's check it. Yes, that is correct. Coming up from our left in this crowd of 10,000 persons. And now to continue with the starting lineup for the Carlsbad Cavemen. Starting at quarterback will be Mark Jackson. And rounding out the backfield will be John Ingram, Paul Shoemaker, and Bobby Forrest. Is a questionable starter this evening, but we could see him out there, and he's suited up and ready to go. So we'll list him as one of the starters. At the center position is Rudy Acosta. At the guards are Eddie Vlasic and Keith Rustine. At the tackles, Bill Waters and Dave Sepich. And at the ends, Gerald Goode and Cass Tabor. The captains for the Carlsbad Cavemen are Mark Jackson, Rudy Acosta, and Rick Irish. As we've told you a time or two already, we have a crowd of 10,000 or more people out here all of the regular seating has been filled for 2 hours. The 6,000 regular seats in the stadium. They have temporary bleachers at all four corners, which will seat another 300 or 400 persons, I presume. And then all of the other people are standing in the running track from the goal post around the end zone to the other goal on the other side, on both sides, and they are some 3 to 10 and 15 deep around there. So you can see by that that we have much more than a capacity crowd here in Carlsbad this evening. The weather is perfect. There is very little or no wind at all, and it's a nice warm evening here in October, here in the Cave City, here over in the Pecos Valley, for a good football game. And certainly we have the two finest teams in New Mexico here playing this evening. And I think that just about tells the whole story. We've had the toss of the coin, and the Hobbs Eagles won the toss. They chose to receive the football. They will defend the north end of the field. The Carlsbad Cavemen will kick off to them and defend the south end of the field. And I think that's just about the story of it here. We are waiting for the teams to come back out, and so it shouldn't be too long before we get this game underway. We'd like to tell you that you've been listening to a warm-up time, which has come to you through the courtesy of the Reese Prescription Shop of Hobbs, New Mexico. I would like you to go in and get acquainted with Mrs. Naomi Reese and the good people there at Reese Prescription Shop at one location only, and that's 121 North Valmont in Hobbs, New Mexico. This word, then we'll be back with the football game.
The Broadmoor Barbershop, conveniently located in the Broadmoor Shopping Center, is owned and operated by Elton Kestner, known to most of you as Goober, and offers the latest in hairstyles and grooming aids. The next time you need a haircut or style, stop by the Broadmoor Barbershop and let Goober or Albert Behar trim, cut, or style your hair. The hours at the Broadmoor Barbershop are from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening, 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday. The Broadmoor Barbershop is now offering the new male shag look style for men. That's the Broadmoor Barbershop in the Broadmoor Shopping Center in Hobbs.
This is KWW 1480, Hobbs, New Mexico.
Back here in Carlsbad now, and we have some fireworks going off. In addition to the football game, before we get started here, we have some skyrockets and one thing and another being fired over in the area away from the football field. It's so crowded out here, and cars are parked all over the prairie in and around the stadium to where it's really not very safe to shoot those things off because they might hit somebody. But this is the largest crowd that we have ever seen in the city of Carlsbad to a football game, notwithstanding the fact that the Hobbs Eagles and the Cavemen have been playing football all these many years, but without any question of a doubt, this is the largest crowd that we have ever seen in Carlsbad. Now, we've had 10,000 crowds in Hobbs a number of times, but here, equipped to take care of about 6,500 persons, the school officials here in Carlsbad are trying to accommodate a crowd of 10,000 and possibly many more. There's no way that we can count them. And we know that every breathing space is taken in the stadium and also the temporary bleachers. And then people are standing in the racetrack around both ends of the playing field. And they are anywhere from 3 to 15 and 20 deep, standing in huge crowds around the end zones. This is not out on the grass. They're not allowing anybody to get out on the grass there, but they're standing in the racetrack. Now the Eagles are back out here, and they choose to receive. They choose the football early in this football game. The Cavemen now are lining up and getting ready to kick off, and the Hobbs Eagles out there to our left now. They'll take their places. We're seated on the Carlsbad side, so you're going to hear quite a little bit of cheering over here, no doubt about that. And we can see that John Black is backing up deep down there, and he'll be joined by Greg Hutchings, that's right, and Vernon Patterson on this side. And now then the kicker for Carlsbad is going to be Mark Jackson, the quarterback. He is also the person who kicks off, so we're just about ready for this very exciting and crucial battle between these two teams. Here comes the kick. And Jackson gets a high end-over-end kick coming to the 10-yard line. John Black gets it. He's back to the 15. He's knocked off his feet on the 15-yard line. And there was a vicious tackle coming in there from Don Worth of the Carlsbad Cavemen, who came spearing in on him. and knocked him down just about at the 15. So very little run back on that. As John Black was waiting for his blockers to group, he got back to the 15. At that point, it'll be 1st and 10 to go. These cavemen are vicious tonight. We can see that. They haven't been defeated, and they don't act like they intend to have it tonight. Now then, here come the Eagles out of the huddle and up to the line. Jim Kemp over the ball, and Pryor steps in. They're strong to the left this time, Pryor with the ball. And handing off in there to Whitley. Whitley is able to get a little bit past the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten a couple of yards, very little more. And he's knocked down on the play. Coming in to get the tackle for him was Raymond Gardner for the Cavemen. A gain of 2 yards on the play will make it 2nd down now, and 8 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. 2nd down and 8. And we can see that the Cavemen are fired up for this football game. I'll tell you that right now. Here come the Eagles out of the huddle. And they move up there now. And Pryor, looking around, takes the ball. And there's the pitch out during this time to John Black. He can't get free. He's knocked down back on the 10-yard line. John Black unable to get away that time and was knocked down. Coming in on the play was Joe Carrasco, and also in on the tackle Don Worth still once again. So the Cavemen have a very, very hard-pressing defensive team out there, and the pitch out was not it was not too effective. He did get about a yard or possibly 2 on the play. About 2 yards on the play, and the ball is we've got our line markers mixed up. We don't have time to correct it now. Here comes the play now. And coming around there is Pryor on the keeper, and Pryor coming around the left side was able to get about to the line of scrimmage, very little more. It's going to be 4th down. Still lacking a yard or 2 out there. Let's see. About a couple of yards, so it'll be 4th down. The Eagles will have to kick it out of there, no doubt about it. And deep for the Cavemen will be John Ingram. John Ingram deep for the Cavemen, and the kicker will be Jim Whitley, kicking from near the goal line. We're looking diagonally across the field. Here comes the kick, and Whitley booms it out of there. He gets away a high one coming down the field. And that ball takes a Hobbs bounce. It's going all the way down to the 40 and is down inside the 40, I believe, on about the 39-yard line of Carlsbad. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Carlsbad Cavemen. And Jim Whitley got maximum yardage out of that. It hit the ball hit the field at midfield and then bounded on down another 11 yards. Now then the Hobbs defensive unit in there. And here come the Cavemen out there, big, and they're very quick. Carrasco over the ball. Jackson taking the ball. And there's a delayed handoff to Ingram. Ingram comes through to the 45. Up to the 47-yard line. Is knocked down at the 47. And coming in on the tackle was John Rodriguez. John Rodriguez making the first stop there. And it's going to be 2nd down now and about 4 to go. Ball is put back on the 45-yard line. It's where he hit the ground. 2nd down and about 4. And this time, coming through, trying to run up the middle that time was Paul Shoemaker. Shoemaker got to the line of scrimmage. He was hit there, and he may have picked up about a foot. Very little more. It'll be 3rd down and call it 3 yards to go. The ball at the 46-yard line of Carlsbad. Here come the Cavemen up there, and they have a very, very fast and quick backfield. No doubt about that. Mark Jackson now the quarterback, and handing into the line there to the big fullback. And he gets up to the 48-yard line. It's not going to be enough for the 1st down. It's Rodriguez and Tim Baird in to make the tackle. Carrying the ball on the play was Jeff Tabor. Jeff Tabor carrying up to the 48. It's going to be then 4th down and still about a yard to go. 4th and about a yard, and the Cavemen appear to be going to go for the ball. They're going to go for the 1st down. Here comes the play. And it's good. The quarterback keeper gets to the midfield stripe and down into Hobbs territory on the 49-yard line. So Carlsbad on a 4th down try for 1 yard has picked up enough for the 1st down, and they've got a 1st down and 10 to go on the Hobbs 49-yard line. Now then the Cavemen coming out of the huddle. They have a very strong running game, no doubt about it. Mark Jackson takes the ball, and here's a handoff on the delay. Coming around to Ingram, coming around the left side. He's the 40 to the 30, knocked down on the 26-yard line of Hobbs. Coming in there to knock him down on the play was Pat McMurray and also Steve Frederick, but it looked like Ingram might have set sail for the goal line. He was on the sideline and running, and finally knocked down on about the 27-yard line of Hobbs. It'll be 1st and 10 to go for the Carlsbad Cavemen. Well, nobody exaggerated about the cavemen when they said they're tough, and they've got a wonderful football team. Here comes the play now as Mark Jackson standing in. Takes the ball, and here comes the handoff, this time running up the middle to Jeff Tabor. Gets to the 25-yard line, inside the 25, and they'll mark it on about the 24. Just inside the 24, it was buried in on the play, and also coming in there was Albert Mays, among others, Al and David Sage. It'll be second down now, and about 7 yards to go. Second and about 7 for the cavemen. Here comes the play now as Jackson takes the ball. He's going to go for a pass. He throws it out there. It's Tabor going into the end zone for the touchdown, I believe. Let's see if he got in there. This was Cass Tabor taking that football on a long pass, and let's see whether he spots the ball. I believe that he took it into the end zone for the touchdown. That is correct. The Carlsbad Cavemen are going to get the first score on the board on a pass from Mark Jackson to Cass Tabor for the touchdown, and here comes the attempted conversion. And it'll be Mark Jackson to attempt to kick the ball through there. The ball is down. He kicks it. It's good. The score now is Hobbs 0, Carlsbad 7.
You may not need oil well service often, but when you do, the situation is critical. And the first qualification you look for is reputation. And this involves such things as know-how, years of experience, dependability, available equipment, and prompt action. Clark's Oil Well Service Incorporated of Hobbs and Jowl with 23 years experience. Clark Oil Well Service is large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Call them around the clock in Hobbs and in Jowl.
Now we're ready to go back to play, and Mark Jackson will kick off. The Hobbs Eagles have fallen behind early in this game on a sustained march down the field. A very fine combination of running and passing by the Carlsbad Cavemen have pushed in the first score of this football game with still 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Mark Jackson now ready to kick it off. And Greg Hutchings deep for the Hobbs Eagles. He kicks a rounder coming down the field, taken by John Black on the 10-yard line. He's back to the 20. He gets a little bit of running room in there. He gets to the 25 and about to the 27-yard line. And piled up there by a host of tacklers coming in on the play was Aaron Kelly for one. And also in there was Rick Irish for the Cavemen. On the 27-yard line, it's 1st and 10 to go now for the Hobbs Eagles. And they've got their work cut out for them tonight, no doubt about that. This is the toughest team that we've seen in Carlsbad in about 10 years. Here comes the Eagle team up to the line. And Pryor ready now, takes the ball, handing off. Going into the line is John Black. He gets up to very near the 30-yard line. The official may mark it just short of the 30 on about the 29. That's right. And it'll be a gain on the play of about 2 yards. I think it's second down now and 8 to go. Second and about 8. And the trap up the middle has not worked so far for the Eagles. They've been probing that line and trying here and there. Now then, here they come out of the huddle. Kevin Weiser split wide to the right over here. Pryor ready. He takes the ball, rolling out. Coming around the left side. He gets to the 30, knocked out of bounds on about the 32, 33-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 4 yards on the play. And knocking him out of bounds on the far side over there was Ricky Cochran. Ricky Cochran, one of the linebackers. And it'll be on about the 33-yard line. It's third down now. And call it 5 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Hobbs Eagles. Unable to get that running game cranked up too well here early in this first quarter. And already behind the Cavemen by a score of 7-0. Now then, here come the Eagles up to the line. Pryor calling signals. Everybody set. And here comes the play. It's Pryor trying a pass. He throws it complete. It is not complete. It is not complete. It was intended to Jerry Tenner. Jerry Tenner had it just off his fingertips. He was tackled immediately. So the pass went not complete. It was a beautiful pass, but it looked like the defensive man might have had a hold of Tenner just as he touched that football. And so it'll be a 4th down situation now, as the Eagles will be forced to kick it out. And they have the ball on their 33-yard line. They'll have to kick it out of there. And deep for Carlsbad is Alfonso Sibia and John Ingram. Here comes the kick. Jim Whitley will put it out of there. He gets a good pass from center. He kicks a high spiral, not too far down the field. That ball hits the ground, bounds high in the air. Nobody's going to try to get that ball. It takes a Hobbs bounce, goes inside the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. so, the Eagles have kicked the Cavemen deep into their own territory. And now here comes that ferocious running team coming back in there. And they have a tackle out there who weighs 256 pounds. He doesn't run very fast, but there's an awful lot of him. He spreads out in all directions. He's the coach's son, so if we call Bill Waters, don't think that the coach is playing on the team. That's his boy. Now then, it's first down and 10 for the Cavemen from their 24. And here comes Jackson. Punching that ball out. The Eagles saw him coming that time. Oh, they were in on him. And he didn't go anywhere. Coming in first of all to fling him to the ground was Tony Aguilar, Tim Baird, and also in on the play was Pat McMurray and a couple of others. No gain on the play. It'll be second down now and 10 to go. Ball still at the 24-yard line of Carlsbad. And carrying the ball, incidentally, was Jeff Tabor on the play. Now then, here come the Cavemen out of there. And Jackson with the ball. Handing off this time to Ingram. Ingram is practically mutilated in that line of scrimmage as the Eagles saw him coming. He got about to the 25-yard line and is pulverized at that point. He's able to get just past the 25 to about the just short of the 26-yard line. Call it a 2-yard pickup and make it third down and 8 to go. Third down and 8 as Tim Baird and company got in there. Robert Gray, among others, and David Sage, Vern Patterson. Now then, here comes a third down and 8 situation. And taking the ball is Mark Jackson. He's going to throw a pass. He throws it incomplete. Incomplete. It was intended out there to Gerald Goad. Gerald Goad was decked just about the time he reached up to get that football by Pat McMurray. And so it'll be fourth down now and 8 to go. Fourth and 8, and the Cavemen may be forced to kick out of here, no doubt about it. They're deep in their own territory with a fourth and long. And let's see who their kicker is going to be. Yes, it's the same old guy who runs at quarterback. It's Mark Jackson, does the putting, too. So now Jackson gets a good pass from center. He bones it out of there. It's a kind of a wobbly one, but it hits the ground and takes a Carlsbad bounce, and it's going to go all the way down to the Hobbs 23-yard line before it rolls dead. Eagles chose not to try to do anything about that kick because it was bounding all around out there, and so the Eagles chose to let it run down to the 22-yard line is where it's going to be placed. And it'll be first and 10 to go now for the Eagles. So they didn't get a break on that exchange of kicks. And they have yet to make a first down in this football game. Now they're out of the huddle. Let's see what they have in mind for us this time. First down and 10 on their 22-yard line. Pryor takes. He hands that ball off to Johnny Black coming around. Black running behind some nice interference from Big Jim Kemp. He gets past the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. It looks like a gain of about 5. And it'll be second down now and 5 to go. Second and 5. And coming in there was Rick Irish on the tackle for the Cavemen. Second down and 5, and here come the Eagles up to the line. They're trailing 7-0 behind Carlsbad in the first quarter. Pryor handing the ball off this time to Black, trying to cut back over the center. He gets about to the 30-yard line and no more, as the Cavemen were waiting there. And coming in first of all on the play was Philip Cornella and Rick Irish. They had a penalty marker down on the field, and I believe that the option is going to rest with the Carlsbad captain. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Hobbs. It'll be a 15-yard penalty against Hobbs, and that takes the ball back to the 15-yard line. And it's holding called against the Hobbs Eagles. And so back on the 15-yard line, it'll be second down now and about 18 to go. Second and about 18. Well, the Eagles had gained a little bit there, and then they get a 15-yard penalty. So now they're back deep in their own territory on the 15-yard line. Second down and 18 to go. Here comes the play now as Pryor now takes the ball. He hands it off on the reserve. There's a good block in there as Tenner is down the sideline. He's up now to the 30, to the 40, and is knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Jerry Tenner on the end around got some very, very nice blocking out there as the Eagles cut back in on him. Danny Foster throwing a very key block, cutting down a man out there, and I believe that the Eagles have a first down. Yes, they do. And the ball is spotted just about at the 41-yard line is where Jerry Tenner ran out of bounds. Now then the Eagles out of trouble now for the time being. Here comes the play as Pryor takes the ball, handing off this time to Whitley. Whitley unable to go. He's cut down in the line of scrimmage. Coming in to haul him down there was Raymond Gardner for the Cavemen. He gets about a yard, no more. Second down and 9 to go for the Hobbs Eagles, this time from their 42-yard line. We have 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter. The Hobbs Eagles have fallen behind, 7-0 behind the Cavemen, but now they seem to be moving a little bit better. Here's the play now as Pryor takes the ball. Hodgett, he's being chased. He gets away from 1 or 2. He gets all the way up to the 45 and is tripped at the 46-yard line. Pryor having to run for his life, being chased by 2 cavemen coming in there, and finally is tripped by Rick Irish as he went around the left side there up to the 46. It's going to be third down and a very short 5 yards to go. Third and about 5 for the Hobbs Eagles. And they move out of the huddle now, coming up there. Third and fairly long yardage. Let's see what they choose to do with it. Carlsbad bunched up in the line. And here comes Pryor. He's being chased. He can't get away. Lost back to the 42-yard line. Pryor was thrown down there, and those cavemen were coming through that Hobbs defensive team like it wasn't there. Coming in, Rick Mathola. Rick Mathola throwing for a loss back to the 42. So it'll be fourth down and about 8 yards to go. Fourth and about 8 for the Hobbs Eagles, and they'll have to kick it out of there. Deep now is Alfonso Sobiar and John Ingram for the Cavemen, and Jim Whitley will kick it from the 30-yard line. Here comes the kick. He gets a good pass from Jim Kemp, and Whitley bombs it out of there. It's a high end-over-end kick. Going down there, it's dropped. And about all he can do is pick it up and run. The official whistled the ball dead there where he fell down on the ground, and that is down on about the 15-yard line, possibly inside the 15. We'll see where he finally marks the ball. On the 14-yard line. So the Eagles again get maximum yardage from their kicker, Jim Whitley. He really put a foot in that ball that time, and the Cavemen had it. They dropped it. A man fell on the ball, picked it up, started to run. The official had already blown the whistle, and that was the end of it. So now it's first and 10 for the Cavemen from their 14-yard line. Here comes the play as Jackson handing off into the line there, and he's practically torn to bits as he gets past the 15 up to the 16-yard line. And it was Tony Aguilar coming in on the tackle. And also coming in there was John Rodriguez and Robert Gray. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Will be second down now. And 8 to go. Jeff Tabor carrying the ball for the Cavemen. Now then, here they come up to the line. The big, strong team from Carlsbad. Mark Jackson, the quarterback, takes the ball, makes a handoff, keeps it, runs with it. He's up to about the 19-yard line and is pulled down at that point by that Eagle defensive unit coming in, David Sage. And also in on that tackle was Don Pearson and Tony Aguilar, together with Baird and Gray. And back on the 19-yard line, it'll be third down now and 6 to go. Third and 6. That was a quarterback keeper as Mac Jackson faked the handoff and then kept it and ran with it. Now then we have Cavemen coming up to the line. They take an awful lot of time in the huddle. It's going to be a pass as Jackson. He's going to really try to get that ball away. Finally gets it away. It is a falling catch way up on the 47-yard line. And coming in there to take that ball was Bobby Forrest. Bobby Forrest catching the ball, and the Eagles were caught off balance. They thought they had the passer all hemmed up back there, and instead they let a man get down the field, and he leaped high into the air, fell over backwards, and took the football. So it's a first down and 10 to go for the Cavemen on their 47-yard line. Now then, here it is, and that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter, the score is Hobbs 0, Carlsbad 7.
Here's how to keep from running out of cash. It's the Insta-Loan at New Mexico Bank and Trust. Stop in at the nearest office of New Mexico Bank and fill out a simple application. Once you qualify, you'll discover how easy it is to write yourself a loan with a New Mexico Bank check. You'll have credit up to predetermined limits. No waiting, no delay. For details, stop in at New Mexico Bank and Trust, the bank that's leading the way in Lee County.
Now we're ready to go back to play for the second quarter. There's a penalty marker thrown in the melee out there as the Cavemen tried to get the ball through the middle of the line. Ran into David Sage and John Rodriguez. The ball is advanced to the 50-yard line. But apparently the penalty marker down is against Carlsbad. We'll see what the Eagles choose to do. The option rests with the Hobbs captain. The ball will go back to the 49-yard line of Carlsbad, to the 48-yard line of Carlsbad, and the official is going to mark off 15 big ones against the Cavemen. And that'll take the ball far back down the field now to the 32-yard line. It's holding called against Carlsbad, so we've had a 15-yard penalty on both sides here. Both teams called for holding, and now the Cavemen have picked up a 15-yard penalty. Back to their 32-yard line, it'll be first down now and about 25 to go. First down and 25. Here come the Cavemen up to the line now, and Jackson calling the signals. There's the reverse as he pitches that ball back to Cass Tabor coming around. Cass Tabor is hit 1, 2, 3 times. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage on the 48-yard line. Finally getting him down at that point was Albert Mays, but it looked like Cass Tabor might be breaking into the clear for the moment. He had the blockers, but the Eagles were tearing at him all the way. It's a gain on the play, 14 yards. It'll be second down now and 11 to go. Second and about 11 for the Cavemen from their 47-yard line. Actually, the 48. Now then, here comes the play as Jackson pitching that ball out on the option. He pitches it out to Ingram, and they practically murder Ingram back on the 46-yard line. It was Vernon Patterson in on him and Timmy Baird. It was a loss on the play back to about the 46. It's going to be third down now, and call it, according to the line marker, about 11 yards to go. Ball is close to the 47. Make it third down now and 11. Now then, the Cavemen coming up there. They're a very slow-moving team. Rudy Acosta over the ball at center. And Mark Jackson taking the ball. He's going to take a handoff. And he doesn't get that ball away that time. He was hit by 6 Hobbs Eagles. David Sage coming in there. And Timmy Baird hit him first of all. And Albert Mays hit him and threw him all the way back to the 37-yard line. And at that point, it'll be fourth down and about 20 yards to go. So now then the Cavemen may be forced to kick out of this mess that they've got themselves into. And sure enough it is. A punt formation as Mark Jackson will kick the ball from about the 25-yard line. And we can see Kenny Walker back there to receive the punt. And here he gets a high pass from center. He almost had it blocked. He kicks the ball almost straight up in the air. That ball takes a Hobbs bounce, goes all the way back and is killed on about the 48-yard line of Hobbs. So he got very little yardage on the play. Mark Jackson was being rushed by the Hobbs Eagles. He kicked the ball and went almost straight up in the air. It hit the ground and then bounded back down toward the other end of the field from which it had come. And the Hobbs Eagles now have good field position on their 48-yard line. First down and 10 to go. They haven't had the ball out of their side of the field, their end of the field, all this first half. Here comes the play. And Pryor looking up and down. Takes the ball. There's a penalty marker going down there. Penalty marker goes down. That ball carrier was pulverized back to the 44-yard line. It was Jim Whitley trying to trap up the middle. And apparently the Hobbs team jumped off. They jumped offside, I'm almost sure. And the option rests with the Carlsbad captain. That's correct. And so he may choose to take the down. Yes, there was a loss on the play of 2 yards. Illegal procedure called against Hobbs. And Carlsbad chooses to take the play instead of the penalty because there was a loss of about a yard on the play. Make it second down now and 11 to go. Ball back on the Hobbs 46-yard line, just outside the 46. And so now with second down and 11, here come the Eagles up there. Carlsbad with a very tough defensive unit in there, and it's Pryor hiding the ball. He throws it. It is taken by Kevin Weezer. And down in Carlsbad territory on about the 44-yard line is where the ball is spotted. Kevin Weezer taking the ball, and it's the first completed pass of the evening for the Hobbs Eagles, and that will bring up a 3rd and 1 situation. Ball down on the 44-yard line of Carlsbad, so with 3rd down and 1, here come the Eagles now, and this will be the first time that they've had the chance to keep a drive alive. Got the ball down in Carlsbad territory with only 1 yard remaining for the first down on the 44-yard line. Now then, here comes the play as they move up there. And here comes the pitch out coming around here to Johnny Black. He's going to be pulled down. No, he's not. He's on the sideline, knocked out of bounds down in Carlsbad territory on the 32-yard line. On the 33-yard line is where the official marks the ball. And so it's a first down and more to spare. It looked like Johnny Black might be pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. He shook away from that tackler and got to the sideline and set sail. Down on the 33-yard line, it'll be first and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. They move out of there now. And right up on the ball they come. Here comes the play as Pryor checks his men. Takes the ball. And it's going to be Black. He can't get away. He is hit just about the time he took that football. Coming in on him was Dennis Ingram. Dennis Ingram was on him, and so it's a loss on the play back to the 35 to the 38-yard line, and it'll be second down now and 14 yards to go. Second and about 14. The ball back on the 38-yard line of Carlsbad. Here comes the play as the Eagles move up there. Second down and long yardage. Pryor calling signals. Takes the ball. Hides it. Going to throw a pass. He throws it incomplete. It was intended to Jerry Tenner and over his head. So an incomplete pass will make it third down now and 14 yards to go. Third and 14. Ball in Carlsbad territory on just about the 38-yard line. So the Eagles appear to be stalling out here. This is the deepest penetration they've had this evening. Already behind 7-0 behind Carlsbad, who scored early in the first quarter. We're in the second quarter with 7 minutes and 54 seconds left. Here come the Eagles out of the huddle. They've got their hands full tonight. Now then Pryor, he comes out of there. He gets away from one. He throws a pass incomplete. Incomplete. Far over there. It was intended on the play to Ray Barker. Ray Barker down on about the 10-yard line couldn't get the ball, so an incomplete pass will make a fourth down situation. 4th and 14 for the Hobbs Eagles. And no doubt they'll kick that ball this time. We'll see whether they do or not. It's going to be a punt formation for Hobbs, and Jim Whitley will kick the ball from behind Hobbs' 48-yard line. He gets a good pass from center. He booms it out of there. Oh, does he boom it out of there? A high kick, and it's going to hit the ground and go into the end zone. No play on that ball. The Carlsbad Cavemen chose to take the ball out on the 20-yard line. It was Ingram back there standing in the Carlsbad end zone, chose not to touch that football. So it comes out to the 20. It'll be first and 10 to go for the Carlsbad Cavemen on their own 20-yard line. This is the finest Carlsbad Cavemen team that we've seen since 1961. No doubt about it. They've got a good one this year. 7 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first half, and here they come out of the huddle. Mark Jackson at quarterback takes the ball. And here comes the delay handoff to Ingram. Ingram is driven down as he gets past the line of scrimmage up to about the 23-yard line, I believe. We'll check it on the 23. And coming in there to drive him down was Kenny Walker and also Pat McMurray. And in on that tackle also was Albert Mays. Gain on the play of 3 will make it second down and 7 to go for the Cavemen. Acosta out over the ball. This is one of the biggest lines that we've seen, anchored by great big Waters at 256. Here comes the handoff coming through there. He gets past the 30 and to the 32-yard line. Carrying on the play was Paul Shoemaker. And I believe that Tony Aguilar was able to spot the play and pull him down. It looked like the Eagles might have been looking for the option play, and instead they got a man up the middle, and it's good enough for the first down on the 32-yard line. It's first and 10 for the Cavemen. Cavemen moving out of the huddle now and coming in. Here's the play. Mark Jackson calling, takes the ball. And there's the play into the line again by Shoemaker. Shoemaker gets to the 35 and is pulled down by Albert Mays. Still once again on that tackle. And also Tony Aguilar in on the play. Up on the 35-yard line, it'll be second down. And about 7 to go. Second and about 7 for the Cavemen. And they're able to grind out that yardage on the ground. They've got a tremendous running game with an option play that'll fool everybody. Here's the play as they move now. Coming up there, Mark Jackson ready, taking the ball. And the delayed handoff going to Ingram. And they're going to hurt Ingram this time. They threw him down inside the 30, back on the 27-yard line, and it was David Sage coming in on him. They had him hemmed up back there. Vernon Patterson in on him, and also Robert Gray. A loss, they'll say, back to the 29-yard line, and that will bring up a third down and 12 situation. Third and 12. As the Cavemen couldn't get by that Hobbs defensive unit that time. Now then with third down and long, let's see what they're going to do. No doubt a pass play coming up. Mark Jackson ready, stepping in, takes the ball, takes a handoff, but he didn't fool anybody. Coming in there with Shoemaker, he's thrown down at the line of scrimmage. There's a penalty marker going down. Penalty marker going down, and it's against Hobbs. Now, let's see what he's going to call on that play. Can't see that there was anything wrong, but it's a 15-yard penalty against Hobbs. And it's a personal foul called on the Hobbs Eagles. It takes the ball far enough for the first down. It's a 1st and 10 for the Cavemen, and they'll take the ball up on the Carlsbad 45-yard line. Evidently a late tackle in there as the Eagles had their man pretty well hemmed up, but that let the Carlsbad men out of the cave. Here comes the run by Shoemaker up the middle. He gets almost to midfield. He's hit by Robert Gray as he's down at the 49-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. Hitting him first of all there also was Tim Baird. A gain of 4 will make it 2nd down now and 6. The Cavemen got a tremendous break on that play. They were thrown for another loss, but picked up 15 yards on the penalty, so now it's 2nd down and 6. Here comes the play by Mark Jackson. He pitches that ball out of there this time, but nobody's going to go anywhere. There's a headgear knocked out of bounds. We thought it was a football. Taking the ball on the play was Jeff Tabor, and he was really pulverized on the far side of the field. He gets to the midfield stripe, all right, and down to the Hobbs 49-yard line. But that was the fake into the line. Then the quarterback kept, and then he pitched it out to Jeff Tabor, and Tabor was pushed out of bounds on the far side by the hard-charging Eagle defensive unit.
This is KWW in Hobbs.
30 seconds left in the first half. Hobbs still behind, 0-7 behind Carlsbad. And we have a timeout call for Carlsbad with that score again. Hobbs 0, Carlsbad 7.
If you're thinking of a luxury car this year, how about thinking about the new luxury Le Mans? Buying a car with real luxury used to mean buying a big car, but no more if you want luxury. Well, now there's that midi-sized Pontiac. You get all the luxury you want without paying for more car than you need. The luxury Le Mans includes a long list of safety features, well, such as you'd expect in a car built by General Motors, beautiful outside and elegant inside. The kind of car you'd probably design for yourself. Why don't you see it tomorrow at Watson's in Hobbs? That's Watson Truck and Supply, 15001 North Grimes, right here in Hobbs, New Mexico.
They've completed a pass for 1 touchdown. That's been the sum total of the scoring so far. It was a pass from Mark Jackson to Cass Tabor for the score. But that's been the only threat or the deepest penetration of this football game. Carlsbad got possession of the ball early in the game and carried it right on down and put the ball in the end zone. And the Eagles have been very ineffective so far in moving the football. They've completed 1 pass. They had an end around good for some yardage, and Johnny Black got way for some yards. But other than that, they've been able to move very spasmodically out there. Now we're ready to go back to play, and we have a 3rd down and 4 situation for Carlsbad on the Hobbs 49-yard line. And it's going to be Jackson to fade back there. He gets a long pass away. There's a big scramble for the ball. It's incomplete on the 5-yard line. And that was intended to Cass Tabor, and we had an Eagle right back there hugging him all the way. And that was Pat McMurray. Little Pat McMurray went right on up there with him and managed to get that ball away from him and knock it away. That ball on the 5-yard line, Cass Tabor would have been in the end zone for a touchdown, but not so. It'll be back on the 49 now with 4th down and 4. 4th and 4 for the Cavemen on the Hobbs 49, and the Eagles are prepared now to take a punt as Mark Jackson stands back on the 37-yard line of Carlsbad. He gets a good pass. He kicks it out of there. It's high, end over end, coming down to Kenny Walker. He had it, kicked it out of bounds on about the 15-yard line. Kenny Walker had it in his hands. He let it get away, and it hit his foot and went out of bounds. So it'll be placed in play on the 18-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles. That's where the ball went out of bounds. So the Eagles now have the ball deep in their own territory, and another challenge. 4 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first half of this football game. And now then, Hobbs coming out of the huddle, coming up to the line, and moving in there. Pryor was taking a look at his team. And takes the ball. He's going to roll out of there. He gets a block or two. He throws a pass. It is, I don't believe, incomplete. Yes, it is. It was intended to Danny Foster. Incomplete. The ball hit the ground. Danny trapped the ball. And so incomplete. Will be 2nd down now and 10 to go from the 18-yard line of Hobbs. It looked like Pryor might want to run with that ball. He ran out there. He had a little bit of running room, and then as he got to the line of scrimmage, he threw the ball down to Danny Foster, who was on the ground already, but the ball hit just in front of him. Now then, here they come out of the huddle. 2nd down and 10 from the 18-yard line, and Pryor ready, taking the ball. He's coming out again, coming around there this time. He throws it. This time it's complete to Danny Foster right in the same spot on the 28-yard line. It'll be very close to the first down. Danny Foster in there taking the ball, and it was the very, very same spot that he was before. The ball came to him in good shape, and on the 28-yard line is where it is. They rule that it's a 1st and 10 to go. 1st and 10 for the Hobbs Eagles on their 28-yard line. So the Eagles decided that they could try the same play 2 times in a row, and it worked the second time. Now then, here they come out of the huddle. Moving up to the line. Pryor looking around. Takes the ball. Going over to the right side this time. He gets away from one, but he's pulled out just as he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and I don't believe he quite got back there. Loss on a play of about a yard as somebody managed to get him by the jersey. That was Rick Irish, who managed to get Pryor from behind, grabbed his jersey, held on, and it's a loss on the play of a yard. We'll make it 2nd down now and 11 to go. So these cavemen are coming through that Hobbs offensive line. Now then they're out of the huddle. Here come the Eagles. They've got 2nd down and 11. Pryor with the ball. Coming around this time. He's going to try a pass. He throws it. Incomplete. Incomplete. Intended to Kevin Weiser. And further on down the field, Ray Barker. But incomplete to both of them. And so it'll be 3rd down and 11 yards. 3rd and 11 for the Eagles from their 27-yard line. And on the 27, that's where it is. We have 2 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first half. The Eagles behind, 0-7 behind Carlsbad. Now then the play as they move up there. And Pryor ready. Looks, takes, gets back there. He throws it. It's not complete. He was hit by about 3 bruising tackles there. Coming in first of all was Raymond Gardner. He threw the ball, but it hit the ground out there just over the line of scrimmage. It's ruled an incomplete pass. The ball comes back to the 27-yard line. It will be 4th down and 11 to go. So the Eagles have not been able to move the football tonight. Unable to move. So now then, they come out into punt formation, and Jim Whitley will kick that ball from the 14-yard line. He gets a good pass from center, and he gets it out of there. It's low and wobbly. Coming down. It's taken by Ingram. He falls on the ball. Is all he can do. Down on the 38-yard line of Carlsbad, Ingram had it. He dropped the ball, turned, and fell on the ball. And so on the 38-yard line of Carlsbad, that's where it's going to be. 1st down and 10 for the Cavemen. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the first half. Cavemen in the lead, 7-0 over the Hobbs Eagles. They spot the ball down out there. We have a dry field tonight. Ideal playing conditions. Now then the Cavemen coming up to the line. They play slowly. They don't use many plays. Now then, it's going to be Jackson to throw the ball. He throws it. It's complete out there. Taking that ball very nicely was Jeff Tabor, and he gets up to the 50-yard line before being knocked down by Tim Baird. He's got the first down, I believe. Let's see what they signal. Yes, it is. Ball just short of the 50 on about the 49-yard line, but it's good enough for the first down. And so make it 1st and 10 for the Cavemen. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. They come out of the huddle and move up to the line. Mark Jackson now going to try another pass. He gets in their way, and this time it's taken. And going with that ball is Cass Tabor inside Hobbs territory. Is knocked out of bounds on the 22-yard line. He was out there all alone. Cass Tabor let him, the Hobbs Eagles let him get away from him, and he was out there without anybody around him. Completely crossed up the defense and took the ball down on the Hobbs 23-yard line is where it's spotted. It'll be 1st and 10 to go for the Carlsbad Cavemen. They move up to the line now, and the Eagles have got their work cut out. It's all about the 22-yard line. And here comes the handoff. Taking that ball is Ingram. He gets to about the 20-yard line. Ingram ducks and dodges and gets away from 1 or 2. And let's see where they spotted. Tim Baird got him and pulled him down just about at the 21-yard line is where the ball is spotted. It'll be 2nd down and 9 to go. 2nd and 9. 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and the clock is running. And the Cavemen trying to move that ball for another score here. They have been very effective on the ground tonight. Now then, let's see what they can do. And they've thrown the ball when they needed to. Jackson's going to try to throw it again. He gets away from one. He gets it away. It's good for the touchdown. It's good for the touchdown. And so the Cavemen have taken a 13-point lead over the voted Hobbs Eagles, and it looks like they're going to be tough to beat tonight. They moved that ball down the field on a series of passing plays, that series of times, and the Eagles seem to be powerless against Cal Stabor. Now then, Mark Jackson will attempt to put it through the uprights. The ball is down. He kicks it high and good. The score now is Hobbs 0 and Carlsbad 14.
At Furr's Supermarkets, you feel right at home with warm, friendly service, wide, bright, sparkling, clean aisles, and national brands at Furr's miracle low prices. Every day, more and more people are doing all their grocery shopping at Furr's because you get more for your dollar. It's that simple. Miracle low prices plus Gold Bond stamps. Don't you settle for less than Furr's Supermarkets, where you feel right at home.
Now we're ready to go back to play. We have 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the first half, and the Eagles are in bad shape here in Carlsbad tonight. They're in bad shape. They have been unable to move the football. Their deepest penetration was down to around the Carlsbad 30-some-odd line, and the Cavemen have run and passed them to death out here in the first half. Now then, we're ready for another kickoff, and Mark Jackson, the great quarterback for Carlsbad, will kick the ball. 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the first half, and the Eagles unable to very effectively move the football at all. Here comes the kick. It's not a long one. It's going to be taken out there, and taking the ball is Johnny Black up on the 30. He gets through. He's to the 50. Down on the 50-yard line of midfield. Down on about the 49-yard line of Carlsbad. Johnny Black found a little running room, but unable to get free for the touchdown. 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the first half, and the Eagles own possession of the ball on the Carlsbad 49-yard line. Johnny Black took that ball on about the 25 and ran it back to the 50 for a very good run back. Now then, here come the Eagles. 1 minute and 12 seconds. The clock is running in the first half. Pryor ready, takes the ball. He goes back, he takes a pass, and he can't go. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. He gets about a yard on the play to the Carlsbad 48-yard line. Was ridden to the ground by Rick Irish at that point, among others, and so it's a gain of about a yard. Make it 2nd down and 9. The clock is still moving with 50 seconds left to play here in the first half, and the Eagles in bad shape, no doubt about it, trailing 14 points. Now then the play as they come up there, and Pryor ready, gets ready, calling signals, takes the ball, is going to try a pass. He's being rushed, he throws it. It is taken over on the far side of the field. I don't know if he got out of bounds or not. They signal time for the clock to stop. It was a pass to Danny Foster, and he took it down on about the 36 or 7-yard line. They'll spot it on the 37-yard line and make it 1st and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. 30 seconds left on the clock. The clock was stopped as Danny Foster was able to get the ball out of bounds. And they also had to set the chain. 30 seconds left, and we have a timeout call, but we're going to stick around here. We want to stick around and get every second of this last series of downs. The Eagles have the ball down on the Carlsbad 37-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the remaining 30 seconds of this first half of play. The Eagles have suffered 2 setbacks already. They are now trailing 14 points, 0 to 14. And what's worst of all, they have not been able to move the football very effectively against this very tough Carlsbad defensive team. So, we'll wait around here and see what's going to happen. I think when you hear Lee Morton at the halftime, why, you're going to hear the statistics are mostly one-sided. Now here they come up to the line. And back to play we go for the final 30 seconds. Pryor with the ball. And there goes the run into the line down to about the 35 to about the 34 by Big Jim Whitley. And that'll make a 2nd down and 7 situation. The clock is stopped. A timeout to stop the clock. 25 seconds left in the first half. And the Eagles now trying to play it out the best way they can. I believe this is the deepest, about the deepest penetration they've had. They've had the ball down around the 30 here before, but ran out of gas and couldn't punch it any further. And so now then, they come back to the huddle and talk it over. They're up against the toughest football team in New Mexico unless they can do something in the second half. question about that. Carlsbad's got the goods this year. Now then, here come the Eagles up to the line. They've got a 2nd down and 7 situation on the Carlsbad 34-yard line. And now then, Fryer takes the ball, rolls out to pass it. He gets a good block or two. He throws it complete out there, and the ball is out of bounds on the far side to Ray Barker inside the 30 on the 28-yard line. The official marks it just about at the line marker. It'll lack about a foot, being a first down. And so on the 28, it will be 3rd down and about a foot to go. 19 seconds left on the clock. Eagles have moved the ball farther down the field on this series, I believe, than they have so far this evening. On a series of down and out passes. And that one to Danny Foster, and he was out of bounds over on the far side to stop the clock. Now then, it's 3rd down and about a foot to go. Fryer calling signals, takes the ball, and is going to try a pass. He throws a long one down the field there. It's over everybody's head. Over everybody's head. That pass was intended to Danny Foster. He ran over the goal line marker trying to get the football, and so it's an incomplete pass. It will be then still lacking a yard, about a foot, I'd say, and it's going to be 4th down, 14 seconds left on the clock. 14 seconds, and the Eagles, no doubt, will try to go for the money on this one more play here in the first half. Yes, they do. And back the ball down on the 28-yard line of Carlsbad. Here comes the play. And Fryer ready, taking the ball. And there goes Whitley up the middle. He's got the first down, and if they call timeout in time, there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Whitley ran for the first down. He gets inside the 25, and they'll mark it on about the 24-yard line. It's 1st down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles on the Carlsbad 24. And 10 seconds left on the clock. It's entirely possible they might get the football close enough for Mario to put the ball through the uprights. We'll have to wait and see what the strategy is. The Eagles have been rather, I'd say, sketchy on the ground. They haven't been able to move that ball with any consistency at all with their running game this evening. They've completed a few passes here in the closing seconds of the first half, but as to whether they can move the football up close enough to try a field goal, we can't say. Anyway, here comes Ronnie Fryer back in there now, and he tells the boys what they're going to try. 1st down and 10. And the ball is at the 24-yard line of Carlsbad. 10 seconds left on the clock in the first half. Here comes the play now as Fryer gets ready. He takes the ball. He's going to try a pass. He throws it. It is incomplete. And the traffic out there was something fierce. Ray Barker was crisscrossing. He was crisscrossing with Jerry Tenner, and there were 3 Carlsbad cavemen mixed up in that bunch. 3 seconds left on the clock. 3 seconds left, and the ball is down on the 24-yard line. Evidently, the Eagles are not going to go for the field goal. That would be a pretty long kick out there. Let's see who this is coming in. No, it's Kevin Weiser coming into the game for Jerry Tenner. And so the Eagles will try one more time. They have 3 seconds left here in the first half. And now let's see what they choose to do with it. Ronnie Fryer calling signals. He takes the ball, rolls back there to pass it. He throws it. It's intercepted. It is intercepted, and moving the ball down on the sideline, coming back here is Rick Irish. Rick Irish fighting his way back down the field. He is hit at the 50-yard line and piled up on the 45-yard line of the Hobbs Eagles, and I believe that's all of the first half. Let's see if they signal that that is all of the first half. He was knocked down on the 45-yard line on the interception. Rick Irish, and it looked like... Welcome back to Carlsbad, ladies and gentlemen. Harry McAdams here, and we thank Lee Morton for the wonderful halftime description of the band and the statistics at halftime. We're ready now for the second half of play. And the Eagles, as we told you many times before, have certainly bitten off a mouthful out here tonight in Carlsbad. They're trailing 14-0 at the end of one half of the football game. And to get started in the second half, I believe that the ball... will be kicked off to Carlsbad. We'll wait and see out there. The Eagles are over with Coach Doug Etheridge and Pat Tone and Kenneth Clearman and all the others over on the far side, and here they come out on the field. And the Carlsbad Cavemen are already out there now and will defend the north end of the field. They'll receive the kickoff. This will be their first kickoff return of the evening as the Eagles got the initial kickoff and have not scored. So This will be the first attempted run back of a kickoff here by the Carlsbad Cavemen, and I believe that deep man is going to be John Ingram. It is. John Ingram out there, and Attaway will kick it off for the Hobbs Eagles. They're just about ready for action now. And hopefully those Hobbs Eagles can make a comeback here in the second half. Attaway, Bobby Attaway backs up now to the 29-yard line. And John Ingram, here's a low hard bounder coming straight down the field. It's knocked down at about the 15-yard line. Coming in there to get that ball was Jeff Tabor, and Tabor is knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field as he got past the 30 and down to about the 35-yard line. We'll see where they put the ball. It looks to be just at the 35 is where it is. It was not a long kick. It was a low, hard grounder, and it was taken by Tabor. He got back to the 35, and at that point it'll be 1st and 10 to go now for the Carlsbad Cavemen. After a little bit of rest here at the halftime, here comes the play, and taking the ball is Mark Jackson. Bobby Gray was just about to run him all the way back to the goalpost. There was a penalty marker thrown on the play. Jackson knew a miscue had been made, and it looked like Carlsbad started off too soon. It's offside against Carlsbad, 5-yard penalty for illegal procedure. Takes the ball back to the 30-yard line, and it'll be first down now and 15 to go. 1st and 15. As the Cavemen now move up to the line. Jackson ready, and handing off into the line. There goes Jeff Tabor, and he is smothered by the Hobbs defenses. He gets about a yard past the 30 up to about the 31. Running interference in there for him was Big Bill Waters at 256 pounds, but to very little avail. About 1 yard gained on the play. We'll make it second down now and call it a short 14 yards to go. Second and about 14, and here come the Cavemen up to the line. And now with the ball, Jackson pitching that ball out there on the option to Ingram. Ingram gets away from 1, 2, 3, and is up to about the 37-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. It looked like that there might be a disaster for Carlsbad on that play. Big John Rodriguez chased him out of bounds. Tim Baird and Vernon Patterson also in on him, but he was able to shake free from tacklers behind the line of scrimmage there for Carlsbad and got the ball back up to the 36-yard line. So it's going to be then third down and 9 to go. Third and about 9 for the Cavemen. And here comes the play now as Jackson handing the ball into the line. There goes Tabor, I believe, and he's able to pick up about 2. David Sage hugged him down on the play for about 2 yards gain, and that will put the ball just short of the 40 on about the 38-yard line, and that will bring up 4th down and 6 to go, 4th and 6. So the Eagles have held for the down, and we can see that Greg Hutchings now will back up to take a possible punt here, and Mark Jackson will be the kicker back on the 26-yard line of Carlsbad. Here comes the kick. He gets a good pass from center. He gets it away. It's a beautiful kick, a fair catch. Is called for inside the 30 on the 25 to the 22. A penalty marker goes down. A penalty marker went down on the play. And we'll see what that's going to mean. We were watching the football. We couldn't tell what happened. Somebody may have charged into that punter. And what are they going to do? Penalize Hobbs? Evidently. Penalty against Hobbs. 15 yards. Somebody may have hit the kicker. And that will bring the ball up into Hobbs territory on the 47-yard line. And I believe that a personal foul roughing the kicker is called against the Hobbs Eagles. So they have received 2 very, very unfortunate penalties out here so far this evening, which cost them possession of the football in both cases. So now it's 1st and 10 to go for the Cavemen on the Hobbs 47-yard line. And now taking the ball is going to be Jackson to throw the ball. He throws it complete. And taking the ball is Gerald Goode. He's hit immediately, knocked out on the Hobbs 35-yard line. It looks good enough for the first down. It is. 1st and 10 to go for the Carlsbad Cavemen. So when the Hobbs Eagles get them down, why, then a penalty springs them loose again, and now then they're on the move. And down in Hobbs territory on the 35-yard line, here it is, 1st and 10 to go. Jackson ready, takes the ball. Handing into the line to John Ingram. And Ingram able to pick up about 3 yards down to about the 32-yard line. He ran into trouble at that point from Timmy Baird. And also Albert Mays and John Rodriguez. Attaway in there. It'll be a gain of about 3. Make it 2nd down and 7 to go with the ball at the 32-yard line of Hobbs. We're in the 3rd quarter of play, and Carlsbad threatening still once again. Here comes Mark Jackson hiding the ball. He gets it away. It's intercepted. And he's got a free road. Taking that ball all the way is Bernard Patterson. He's going to score. The Hobbs Eagles are on the board finally. Well, how do you like that, Lee Morton?
They hit the quarterback is what caused it. And it was Timmy Baird and Robert Gray that got him.
Good. Bernard Patterson picked off a pass there by Mark Jackson and ran all the way for a touchdown. It's about a 70-yard run. And so the Hobbs Eagles are on the scoreboard. And we'll see now whether they convert and make it 7. It's 6-14 right now, and Mario Chavez is in the game. Here comes the attempt by Mario. Ball is down. He kicks it. It's not good. It is not good. Off to the right. And that young man probably is heartbroken out there right now. But anyway, the score remains Hobbs 6 and Carlsbad 14.
Buying oil well service is a little different than buying something at a store. First of all, you need to check reputation. And at Clark's Oil Well Service Incorporated of Hobbs and Jowl is where you hit the jackpot. Clark's Oil Well Service is proud of its 23-year reputation serving oil wells in the Permian Basin based on dependability, quality of professional workmanship, and promptness of action. You get all this every time in the complete oil well servicing offered by Clark's Oil Well Service Incorporated. Clark's are big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Call them around the clock in Hobbs and in Jowl.
Now we're ready to go back to play. The Eagles have finally gotten on the scoreboard on an intercepted pass. Vernon Patterson with a great defensive play and running all the way for the touchdown. Now then the Eagles kicking off from the south to the north. Here comes Attaway. And he gets a high end-over-end kick. It's going down to John Ingram on the 9-yard line. There goes the handoff, and taking the ball on the handoff is Subia. Subia going around the left side. A penalty marker goes down. A penalty marker is thrown down there on the 22-yard line. Subia is tackled up on the 36-yard line. That was the reverse as John Ingram took the kickoff and running to his right behind interference, he handed that ball off to Alfonso Subia. Subia reversed the field, went to the left, and was able to get back to the 36. The Eagles saw him coming, however. But we have a penalty marker down. There will probably be clipping called against the Carlsbad Cavemen. They do. And it's a penalty all the way back to the 11-yard line, half the distance to the goal. And clipping is what the official says. So the Eagles get a break in this football game, and the Cavemen have the ball deep in their own territory on the 11-yard line. Let's see where it is. Let me check that football again. I don't know if it's the 11th or the 6th. I believe it's on the 6-yard line. 2 penalties, says Lee Morton. 2 penalties on the same play. And so that took the ball back to the 6-yard line. We'll try to fathom that one out a little bit later. But now here it is. It's 1st down and 15, and here come the Cavemen trying into the line for no gain or very little gain. Piled up for the Hobbs defensive team. Piled up on about the 7-yard line. So the Eagles may be coming to life here. They got a break in that one a while ago with Vernon Patterson intercepting a pass, and he was outdistancing that field by a good 10 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 14. 2nd down and 14, and the ball on the 7-yard line of Carlsbad. Jackson takes the ball. There's the pitch out to John Ingram, and they've just practically killed John Ingram. Oh, they came in on John Ingram. They came down on top of him, and they walked over the top of him, and he's knocked down back on about the 5-yard line. David Sage in on the tackle. Robert Gray in on the tackle. Great Big Aguilar, and all the rest of them in on him. And so it's going to be 3rd down and 15 yards to go. About a yard loss on that play. 3rd and 15 for the Cavemen. And they move up to the line. Mark Jackson takes the ball. And there's a handoff, and they saw him coming all the way back to the 2-yard line. David Sage in there. Great Big Stanfield, John Stanfield, and Timmy Baird, among others. And Albert Mays coming in first of all to get him. And so it's a loss on the play back to about the... They'll allow to the 4-yard line. Carrying the ball was Tabor, but that forces the Cavemen into a punting situation, and it'll be Mark Jackson standing deep in the end zone to see if he can get that football out of there. Here comes a pass. It's a high one, but he gets it away. It's a fairly short one. It hits the ground, and the Eagles are going to let it roll dead. It comes up to the Carlsbad 40-yard line and to about the 42-yard line. No attempt was made to get that football. Rather let it roll dead out there than to touch it and then fumble it. So Greg Hutchings wisely let the ball go away. And it's on the Carlsbad 42-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. 7 minutes and 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Now then the Eagles, if they can get a little bit of steam up here now. They've been a hard-pressed football team trying to run against this Carlsbad defensive unit. They're big and they're fast. Some delay of the game out there for some reason. Coach Doug Etheridge having a word with one of the officials out there, and now let's see what they choose to do about it. We have an official timeout here, but we're going to keep it here because the Eagles are all set to go. We'll see what they have going out there. And while we have this moment, here's Lee Morton. Lee, what was the double penalty?
They complained about the first penalty, and the officials marked the ball 1st and 10 after the first penalty, then penalized them 5 more on a dead ball foul to make it 1st and 15. This discussion is because Doug Etheridge doesn't like the way his men were hit before the ball came down.
I see. Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. And so now, with the discussion over out there, I believe that we had a brief timeout, but even so, the ball is down on the 42-yard line of Carlsbad, and at that point it'll be 1st and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. We're in the third quarter of play with 7 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the third. The Eagles are on the board with 6 points. The conversion failed, and so it's 6 for Hobbs and 14 for Carlsbad at this time. If the Eagles now can move the football, we'll see whether this football game is going to be a game or whether it's going to be something else. Now then, the Eagles are in the huddle. And they've got their instructions from Ronnie Pryor, and now they come out of the huddle. Big Jim Kemp up over the ball, and Carlsbad braced and ready. Here comes the play now as they move up there. And Ronnie Pryor checking his men. He takes the ball, handing it to the line goes Whitley. And Whitley is able to get to about the 38-yard line before he was pulled down. It's a gain on that play of about 4. We can't see the line markers on the side because the football players are standing up there and some of the spectators. But now here is a 2nd down and 6 situation. And taking the ball into the middle of the line goes Whitley, and he's got a little bit of running room. He gets down past the 35, inside the 35 to about the 32 or 3. He's rushed back there by Terry Rogers and others, but he gets to the 33-yard line, and it's a very substantial gain. It'll be 3rd down now, and about 2 to go. 3rd and about 2 for the Eagles, this time on the Carlsbad 33-yard line. Now they move up there. Here comes the Eagle team moving in. And Pryor takes the ball, handing off this time to Whitley, and he goes to the 30, inside the 30 to the 29. It looks good for the 1st down. Whitley on the quick opener, and he's got the 1st down. 1st and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles with the ball inside the 30 on the 29-yard line of the Carlsbad Cavemen. The Eagles have been hitting very hard out here tonight. Now then, we'll see whether they can move the ball the rest of the way. Here's the play now as they move up there. Pryor takes, and there's the handoff to Foster. Foster gets a couple of yards. He gets a couple of yards to about the 27-yard line, being pulled down this time by Rick Irish, who's going both ways this evening for the Cavemen. And down on the 27, it'll be 2nd down and 8 to go. 2nd and 8. The Eagles trying to find some soft places in that Carlsbad defensive unit out there. And punching at the line all the way, and punching. And here comes the play now as they move up there. And Strong to the right, and handing the ball off this time to Whitley. Whitley runs over one. He can't go. He's finally getting tackled down on about the 26-yard line. Whitley fighting and unable to go. He gets about a yard and no more. Down on the 26-yard line, and getting up off of the bottom of that was Ricky Maffola for the Carlsbad Cavemen. It will be then 3rd down, and about 6 yards to go for the Hobbs Eagles down on the Carlsbad 26-yard line. Now then, what do they do next? Running against a very tough defensive unit here for the Carlsbad Cavemen. Here comes the play now, and Pryor with the ball, hiding it. He's going to throw a pass. He throws it incomplete to John Black. John Black had some running room, but he couldn't get the football. So then it'll be 4th down and 6 to go. 4th and 6 for the Hobbs Eagles. And they've been able to advance that ball only to the Carlsbad 26-yard line. So then, 4th down, and they naturally are going to go try for the 1st down, but that's pretty long yardage here, the way they've been grinding it out on the ground. 2 or 3 yards at a time. 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Here come the Eagles, and they're going to try for the 1st down, all right. And Pryor ready. Here comes the play as he rolls out to pass it. He gets away from one, but he can't go. He can't go. Reaching out there to get a great big arm around him was Dennis Ingram. Dennis Ingram unable to get him out of the play with the Hobbs blockers. And so the ball goes over down on the 26-yard line of the Carlsbad Cavemen, and the Eagle defensive unit will be forced again to try to hold them off. 6 for Hobbs and 14 for Carlsbad, and here come the Cavemen out of the huddle. Jackson with the ball. And here goes a run into the line for a couple of 3 yards, taking that ball in there, I believe, was Jeff Tabor. We'll wait till they get up. John Ingram won. He gets up to about the 30-yard line, just short on about the 29. It'll be 2nd down now and 7 to go. 2nd and 7 for the Cavemen on the 29-yard line of Carlsbad. And Jackson now with the ball, handing off to John Ingram. He gets away from 1 or 2. He's knocked down as he passed the 30 up to the 34-yard line. Coming in was Tim Baird with a jolting tackle. And John Rodriguez. And also in there, Robert Gray on the 34-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go. Ball just short of the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 2 for the Cavemen. Here they come up to the line now, moving in there. And now then, here comes the run into the line. I think we may have the 1st down. Let's see. It is the 1st and 10 for the Carlsbad Cavemen. And they move the ball up to about the 38-yard line. Carlsbad. On the 38, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavemen. They're keeping possession of the football. They move very, very slowly. They take all the time they can in the huddle and grind out the yardage on the ground, keeping possession, and, of course, eats up valuable time. Now then, here comes the play. The pitch out going to John Ingram. He's being chased. He gets away from one, but he doesn't get away from David Sage, who flung him to the ground, and back on about the 35-yard line is where he hit the ground on the 34-yard line. David Sage would not be taken out of the play. On the option, a pitch out to John Ingram. And so back on the 34-yard line, it's going to be 2nd down now and 14 to go for the Carlsbad Cavemen. 3 minutes and 6 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And now the Cavemen moving up to the line. They move very slowly. They take up all the time they can. Now then, Mark Jackson fading back to pass it. He gets it away, incomplete. It was intended to cast Tabor over his head, almost intercepted out there by number 42, Steve Frederick, for the Hobbs Eagles. So back on the 34-yard line, it's going to be 3rd down now and 14 to go. 3rd and 14 for the Carlsbad Cavemen. Bobby Attaway checking into the game now for Don Pearson in the Hobbs Eagle defensive team. Now then, here come the Cavemen with a 3rd and 14. And it's going to be Mark Jackson rolling out. He throws the ball out there this time to Forrest. Forrest can't go. He gets up to the 35 and is knocked down out there by the defensive unit. Coming in there was Albert Mays. And so that'll bring up a 4th down situation and call it 11. 4th and about 11 for the Cavemen. The ball spotted just about at the Carlsbad 37-yard line. And so the Eagles have held for the downs and will force them to kick it out of there. Now then, hopefully the Eagles may get a break on this play. Hopefully. 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the Eagles still behind, 6-14. And it's Mark Jackson to stand back on the 25-yard line to kick it out of there. He gets away a high, wobbly kick. A fair catch is called for by Greg Hutchings on the 29-yard line of Hobbs. And at the 29 is where the ball is spotted. Greg could see him coming down on him. He signaled for a fair catch. He caught the ball cleanly, and at that point the ball is down. So on the 29, ball just short of the 30-yard line. They're going to call it on the 30 because the end of the football is almost up to the white stripe. Now then the Eagles, 1st down and 10 to go from their 30. Here's the play. As Pryor calling signals, gets ready, takes the ball, handing off in there this time to Whitley. Can't go. Whitley can't get through the line. No gain on the play. Making the stop on him was David Perez. David Paris for Carlsbad making the stop. Very little or no gain. Make it 2nd down and 10 to go for the Eagles on their 30-yard line. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. So the time is running out on these Hobbs Eagles, and they still have been unable to overcome the Carlsbad Cavemen. Now then they move up to the line. Ronnie Pryor calling the signals takes. He's going to try a pass. He gets away. A long pass out there. It's taken by Weiser. Up on the 50 to the 40. He's still in the move. He's still down to the 30 and down to the 22-yard line as Kevin Weiser jumped high in the air, took the ball out of the air over the defensive player out there and ran all the way down to the Carlsbad about the 22-yard line. Let's put the glasses on it. On the 22 is where it is. It's 1st down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. And they've got the ball down in Carlsbad territory. That was a long strike. Ronnie Pryor throwing to Kevin Weiser, who took it about at midfield and went all the way to the 22. Now then the play now as Pryor takes the ball, handing off this time, and coming around is Johnny Black. He gets away from 1 or 2. He gets inside the 20 and down to the 19, but we have a penalty marker down. A penalty marker went down on the play, so a penetration there will not be allowed, I don't believe. It'll be against the Hobbs Eagles. Against the Hobbs Eagles. Yes, it is. About the time they get started with it, they get a penalty. So back on the 22. Here comes a mark off against Hobbs of 5 yards. Back up now to the 27. It's illegal procedure called against the Hobbs Eagles. It'll be 1st down now and 15 to go. 1st and 15 for the Eagles back on the Carlsbad 27-yard line. So then the Eagles coming out of the huddle now. A tremendous pass completed to Kevin Weiser out there. Put the Eagles in scoring position, but they've had a penalty. Now then the play now. Pryor taking the ball. He's going to try a pass. Decides to run with it. He gets away from 1 or 2, but he can't go. He gets inside the 25 and about to the 23-yard line. He's hemmed in there by about 3 of those big bruisers. And getting up off the bottom of the tackle, I believe, was John Beasley. For the Carlsbad Cavemen, it's on the 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11 to go. Pryor started to pass it, changed his mind on the draw, and was running up the middle. He couldn't quite get through there. Now then the play as the Eagles move out of the huddle and up to the line. 2nd down and 11 to go for Hobbs. Pryor ready, takes the ball. He hides the ball. He throws it. It is incomplete. A lineman threw a hand up there and knocked the ball down. He had a man in the clear, in the flat zone out there. But it's an incomplete pass, and back now to the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 11 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. 3rd and 11, 9 seconds left showing in the third quarter. And so Hobbs, with time running out now, needs to move that football. They need to move the football. Trailing 6-14 behind Carlsbad. Here they come out of the huddle. And here comes a pass. Pryor throwing. He's got it to Weiser for the touchdown. Kevin Weiser taking it in there. Kevin Weiser jumped high in the air again and took that ball in for the touchdown. He was in the end zone already. And nobody around him, and he pulled it in there. So we now have a 12 for Hobbs and 14 for Carlsbad. That point that was missed a while ago looks a little bit bigger now. So we now have, let's see what they choose to do about it. We don't know whether Mario's coming in to try for 2 or try for 1 or whether they're going to try for 2. Evidently, they're going to try for a 2-point conversion. That is correct. They're going to try for a 2-point conversion. They're going to try for a 2-point conversion. And here they come. Pryor with the ball. Takes the ball. He's going to run with it. He throws it complete. It's complete to Danny Foster, and they've got a tie ball game. Danny Foster taking that ball. He was out there all alone in the end zone, and Ronnie Pryor just arched it right over there to him, and we've got a 14-14 football game right now. This timeout.
Here's how to keep from running out of cash. It's the Insta-Loan at New Mexico Bank and Trust. Stop in at the nearest office of New Mexico Bank and fill out a simple application. Once you qualify, you'll discover how easy it is to write yourself a loan with a New Mexico Bank check. You'll have credit up to predetermined limits. No waiting, no delay. For details, stop in at New Mexico Bank and Trust, the bank that's leading the way in Lee County.
Now we're ready to go back to play, and we've seen the Hobbs Eagles come from behind and have tied up the football game on a 2-point conversion. A pass to Kevin Weiser for the touchdown. And now then, Bobby Attaway kicking off. John Ingram deep for the Cavemen. Here comes the kick. Bobby Attaway advancing on the ball, and he gets a high end-over-end kick coming down to John Ingram on the 5-yard line. He dropped it. He's got it back. Here he comes, and they throw him down with a murderous tackle on the 15-yard line. Pile-driving tackle. Robert Gray in there. Also in on that tackle, big number 70 was Pete Farmer. And let's see who got him first. We can't tell. They're going to pull that ball back. No, it's going to be into the third quarter. We saw him running back up the field. It's going to be the end of the third quarter with the score tied. Hobbs 14 and Carlsbad 14.
Slim, trim, spirited, daring, in just one word, it's sensational. Your Buick dealer will be glad to introduce you to the new sensational 1972 Skylark. The Skylark is new from the ground up, and it looks it in its new bold styling. Inside the Skylark, you can sit back, settle down, relax, and really enjoy driving. Buick Skylark, a car every bit as exciting as its name implies. See it at Watson's tomorrow. You'll be ever so glad they introduced you to that new Buick Skylark. Remember, it's at Watson Truck and Supply, 1501 North Grimes, here in Hobbs.
Big number 36 is Paul Shoemaker. He gets the ball out past the 20 up to about the 24-yard line. And that's not enough for the first down. It lacks about 2. It'll be second down and 2 to go. Second and 2 for the Cavemen from their 24-yard line, taking the ball. Oh, he heads it off in there, and just about the time he took that ball, the Eagles completely submerged him. Aguilar hit him first of all, and then David Sage and Baird and all the other that gang out there, and no gain on the play. It'll be third down and 2. Ball still on the 24-yard line. Taking the ball on that play was, I believe, Tabor. We'll check it, but doesn't matter. Here comes a third down and 2 situation for the Cavemen. Mark Jackson is going to try it. He gets into the middle of the line, and it's very close for the first down. Mark Jackson on the keeper. Quarterback keeper got up to about the 27-yard line. It's first down and 10 to go for the Cavemen. First and 10. Timmy Baird trying to hold him back, but couldn't quite make it. Ball on the 28-yard line is where it's spotted. And so on the 28, make it first down and 10 for the Cavemen. We have 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in this ball game. Here comes the play. And taking the ball this time is Joe. Oh, the fumble ball! Mark Jackson picks it up. He manages to get back to the 27-yard line. That's all. Coming in there to get him on that play was Tommy Garrett. But John Ingram took the handoff from Mark Jackson. Somebody hit him very hard, shook him loose from the football, and Mark Jackson picked it up, tried to run with it, gets back to the 26-yard line. It's a loss on the play of 2 yards. It'll be second down now, and 12 to go. Quick. Now then, here comes the play. As Carlsbad moving out of the huddle very slowly. Jackson with the ball. He keeps it. And he's going to run with it. Coming around there, he gets to the 30-yard line. He's hit first of all by Robert Gray, and then Albert May has brought him down. So it's a gain on the play of about 4 up to about the 30-yard line, and that will bring up a third down and 8 situation. Third and 8 for the Cavemen with the ball just short of their 30-yard line. Here they come out of the huddle. And moving up to the line now, Mark Jackson takes the ball. He's going to try a pass. He can't get rid of that ball. They were hit on him. Inside the 25, knocked him down to the 22-yard line. Timmy Baird in there, and Tony Aguilar. Baird hit him first, and it was just like a steamroller running over Mark Jackson. He's thrown back inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. It's going to be fourth down and 14 yards to go. And the Cavemen, no doubt, will try to get it out of there. Mark Jackson will kick it from the 12-yard line. Here comes the snap. Jackson gets it. He kicks it. It's a high spiral. Fair catch called by Greg Hutchings. He takes it down on the Hobbs 40-yard line. Fair catch. And that's wise. He took the ball very nicely. Caught it. Fell right at that point. So on the 40-yard line of Hobbs, it'll be first and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. Now then the Eagles have their work cut out. 14 to 14 right now. Here come the Eagles up to the line. On their 40-yard line, it's first down and 10 to go. Pryor with the ball. Hands off to Johnny Black. Coming around, still going to the 45. He gets out to the 48-yard line. He fumbled the ball, but it was already down. The official ruled that the ball was already down on the 48-yard line. And so it'll be second down now and about 2 to go. Second and 2. Johnny Black finding a little running room in there. And just as he was hit on the ground, he fumbled the ball, but he got it back. I believe, anyway, it was ruled the ball was dead. So up on the 48, second down and 2, and here come the Eagles out of the huddle. Ready. Takes the ball. And there goes Whitley past midfield. He's still going to the 45 to the 40. He's still fighting to the 38-yard line. And it's a first down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles on the Carlsbad 38-yard line. A penalty marker went down on the field also. A penalty marker is down at that point. Let's see now whether they'll allow it there, whether they're going to bring it back. And they're going to bring it back. 15-yard penalty against Hobbs. And Whitley was completely alone there with the Carlsbad cavemen all around him. Now then, what could be they call clipping against Hobbs. Clipping against Hobbs takes the ball back to the Hobbs 47-yard line. And it's going to be second down now. And let's see, second down and about 14 yards, I guess. Second and about 14, so a beautiful run by Jim Whitley was nullified by a clipping penalty. Now then the play. And there's a mix-up back there. A mix-up. And Pryor had to go back and cover the ball, and somebody came in and jumped on top of him, and that'll cost the caveman 15 yards. So the Eagles get a break. The Eagles get a break as Pryor ran back to cover that ball, and a caveman came in and jumped on him. So that takes the ball up to the Carlsbad 42-yard line. And let's see, that's a first down and 10 to go for the Hobbs Eagles. So the terrific setback that they got on the last play has been nullified, and now they get a break for a change. 15 yards against Carlsbad, and that gives them a first and 10 on the Carlsbad 42. Here's the play now as Pryor calls, takes the ball. He keeps it running through the right guard position and down to about the 36-yard line. Ronnie Pryor was pulverized in a great cloud of dust out there as those great big bruising defensive linemen from Carlsbad came in on him. But on the 36-yard line, it's going to be second down and about 4 to go. Second and 4. We have 7 minutes and 14 seconds left in the football game. Here come the Eagles up to the line now. And Pryor calling signals, takes the ball, handing off this time and going into the left side of the line, past the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Johnny Black carrying the ball with Jim Whitley running the interference for him. And down on the 34 is where it is. It'll be third down now and 2 to go. Third and 2 for the Eagles down on the Carlsbad 34, and these yards come mighty tough. Out here, this is one of the toughest defensive units that the Eagles have met all season. We have a timeout call for Carlsbad with the score tied. Hobbs 14, Carlsbad 14.
Fresh fruits and vegetables, good for you and so delicious. And at Furr's Supermarkets, the produce is always better, always fresher. Every morning, bright and early, Furr's produce trucks deliver fresh fruits and vegetables to the produce departments at Furr's. Shipped daily from all over the country at the peak of freshness and goodness. Fresher, better produce. It's all at Furr's Supermarkets every day. And miracle low price, too. Your food dollar buys more at Furr's Supermarkets.
Play. It's third down and 2 to go for the Hobbs Eagles with the ball on the Carlsbad 34-yard line. Here comes the play now. It's Pryor ready. Hands it off this time to Whitley. He's got the first down, I believe, down to about the 31-yard line. Let's see who got him. Coming in first of all was Ricky Maffola for the Carlsbad Cavemen. It'll depend where they spot the ball. They say it's a first down for the Hobbs Eagles with the ball at the Carlsbad 31-yard line. Lee Morton tells me that the cavemen have 2 penetrations. Hobbs has 1 penetration, and they need 1 more. 2 to 2. He tells me that both teams have 2 penetrations. The Eagles need 1 more. Now then, here comes the play as they move up there. Pryor ready, takes the ball, handing off to Johnny Black. He fell down as he hit the line of scrimmage. He gets past the 30, inside the 30 on the 29. His knee probably hit the ground on the 30. It did. And making the stop on him at that point was Raymond Gardner for the Carlsbad Caveman. A gain of about a yard, or a little less. Second down and 9 to go for the Eagles. Here they come up to the line. Black seemed to have lost his balance or slipped and fell just as he hit the line of scrimmage. Now then the play as they move now. And Pryor ready, handing off his time to Black. He tries to cut back. He can't go. Can't go. No gain on the play. Black, as he got past the 30-yard line inside Carlsbad territory, he was hit by two defensive linemen in there. Coming in first was David Paris for the Cavemen, and no gain on the play. It'll be third down and 9 to go. Third and 9 for the Eagles, and they need desperately to get that ball past the 20 for one more penetration. According to Lee Morton, they're divided equally, 2 and 2. Now then, here comes the play as Pryor takes the ball. He keeps it. There's a handoff going around to Tenner. Tenner gets away from one. He's to the sideline, and is knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field on the 20-yard line. Let's see where they spot the ball. It looks like it's very close to the first down. Jerry Tenner on the end around and carried the ball to the 20-yard line. It's a first down, I believe. Let's see what the signal says. First down for Hobbs. That ball's on the 20-yard line. The Eagles need to punch it inside the 20. And the official has signaled a penetration. He has signaled a penetration. The Eagles may be in the lead on penetrations here, 3-2. And if that's the case, if it ends up in a tie, why, at the end of the season, this could be a Hobbs victory. Now then, here comes the play as Jim Whitley trying through the line, and penalty markers go down all over the place. And it looks like the Eagles may have been moving too soon on that snap. Let's see. And now the ball is inside the 20 there on about the 18-yard line, and the indication there is that it's illegal procedure against Hobbs. Would take the ball back to the 25. A penetration has already been scored, however. Illegal procedure against the Hobbs Eagles now will give them first down and 15 on the Carlsbad 25-yard line. We have 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in this burning ball game. The ball game score right now is 14-14, all tied up. And here come the Eagles now. They need to break something open here if they possibly can. Here's the play now. Pryor calling. Takes the ball. Handing off his time to Johnny Black. He can't go. He gets a couple of yards, and that's all. He's hit by a stone wall in the middle of that Carlsbad line. He got 2 yards. And down to the 23-yard line, making the first contact on him, I believe, was Joe Carrasco, a linebacker for the Cavemen. So it'll be second down now and call it 13. Second and 13 for the Eagles with the ball at the Carlsbad 23-yard line. And we have a timeout call for the Hobbs Eagles with that score. Hobbs 14, Carlsbad 14.
You're always reading a story about an automobile accident or traffic violation, but you seldom read about the safe driver, the careful man behind the wheel. Now there is a reward for this man, the Gold Key Auto Policy. It can save the safe driver $20 or more a year on insurance rates. Chances are that you can qualify if you have not had an accident or more than one moving violation within the past 3 years. For full information about the Gold Key Auto Policy, call the Paul S. Brown Insurance Agency at 393-5191 or go by 206 North Turner in Hobbs.
Okay, that ball on the 23-yard line. It's second down now and 13 yards to go. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock, and here come the Eagles up to the line. They've got them down 3-2 on penetrations, if nothing else. Here comes the play now, and taking the ball this time, going into the line there to the 20-yard line, I believe, and inside the 20 on the 18 was Jim Whitley. And Whitley pulled down there with a tackle by Raymond Gardner for the Cavemen. He gets it inside the 20 on the 18-yard line. That will bring up a third down and 8 situation for the Hobbs Eagles. Third down and 8. So if that penetration was a little close a while ago, they've made it good this time. This will be the 4th penetration, I believe. Doesn't count? Okay, all right. And now then, here comes Pryor hiding the ball. He can't, yes he does, get it away, but it's intended to John Black over his head. Ronnie Pryor was knocked down real hard there. Coming in to knock him down on the play was Joe Carrasco. It looked like he might be tackled. And he got the ball away. It looks like Mario Chavez is in the game. And the Eagles will attempt a field goal from the Carlsbad 18-yard line. The ball will have to travel through the air from about the 25, and Mario gets ready. And the Eagles will attempt to kick the field goal. Here it is. The ball is down. There's a penalty marker down on the field. Penalty marker went down. Let's see what happened. Evidently, the Eagles took too much time. And that could be a costly one there. Let's see. Yes, a 5-yard penalty marked off against Hobbs. And an illegal procedure is called against Hobbs. And that took the ball 5 yards farther away from the field goal. And the Eagles are not going to try it this time. They're not going to try it. Here comes the play. Pryor takes the ball. He's going to try a pass. He throws it. It's taken at the goal line. Let's see. Tinner's got it for a touchdown. Jerry Tinner, and they've mobbed that boy. They've mobbed that Jerry Tinner. He went high in the air at the goal line and went into the end zone with the football. And the Hobbs Eagles have roared into the lead, 20-14. Jerry Tinner went high in the air. We couldn't even tell who had that football. Ronnie Pryor lofted a soft one. A high, soft pass over the whole team, and Jerry Tinner took it, fell into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Hobbs Eagles now are attempting the conversion. Mario kicks it through there, and it's 21 for Hobbs and 14 for the Carlsbad Cavemen.
The new Gulf radial tires are here, and you may see them and buy them on your Gulf travel card at any of the friendly Gulf stations in Hobbs, including Don's Gulf Station at Sanger and Turner. In the Gulf radial tire, the ply cords cross the tire radially at right angles to the direction of travel, and a belt of crisscrossing cords extend around the circumference just under the tread, giving a relatively flexible sidewall and a highly stable, non-squirming tread for superior wear resistance and excellent high-speed capacity and ride.
Now we're ready to go back to play. If we get to screaming here, well, you'll just have to forgive us, because I'll tell you right now, this has been a hard stopper. Eagles now 21-14 in front of the Carlsbad Cavemen. Bobby Attaway now getting ready to kick from the north to the south. John Ingram deep down there, and he seemed a little bit dismayed by all this. Here comes the kick. As Attaway gets away, low coming down there this time and taking that ball. On about the 10-yard line, taking the ball is Alfonso Subia, and they took Subia in. Coming in there was Ross Cupp. Ross Cupp hit him with a bruising tackle up on about the 26 or 27-yard line. And on the 27 is where the Cavemen will put the ball in play. They have 3 minutes and 31 seconds left in this football game to try to get a tie with the Hobbs Eagles. The Eagles are in the lead 21-14. They have the Carlsbad Cavemen down 3-2 on penetrations. Mark Jackson goes back to pass. He throws it complete to Tabor up on the 35-yard line. Tabor taking that ball in nicely, gets to about the 34-yard line and is pulled down there. It's not enough for the first down. It'll be second down and 2 to go. 2nd and 2 for the Cavemen. They have a very vicious passing game. We'll see what they can do with it. Now then, taking the ball, going into the middle of the line, and going, he might go all the way. They chase him all the way down the field. He is knocked down on the 5-yard line. A desperation tackle out there, I believe. And taking that ball all the way to about the 5 was Jeff Tabor. It looked like the Eagles would never catch him tonight, and somebody made a dive for him. As he passed the 5, he hit the ground, and his knee is on the ground inside the 5, on where they put the ball, down on the 4-yard line. Well, I'll tell you right now, a little of that'll go a long way. The Cavemen are in scoring position. Here comes Mark Jackson going up the middle for a couple of yards. He's piled up in the line. Robert Gray in on him, and Tony Aguilar, Kelly Baird, and John Rodriguez. Down to the 3-yard line, second down and goal to go. Jeff Tabor taking the ball right through the middle of the line on a trap play and carrying all the way through the Hobbs defensive unit And down almost to a touchdown. It's second down and goal to go on the 3-yard line. Here comes the run this time. He's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Taking the ball on the play, I believe, was Paul Shoemaker. Paul Shoemaker. And unable to punch it in there. The ball is spotted just about at the 2-yard line, as near as we can tell. And I believe that there was a question on the play. Let's see. That's a question on the play against Hobbs, and that will be a penalty of half the distance to the goal. And so therefore it's going to be second down and goal to go with the ball just about at the 2-yard line. And the penalty against Hobbs was for offside. Now then, here come the cavemen coming up to the line. Jackson trying. He goes to the goal line to about the 1-yard line. A big cloud of dust out there as Tony Aguilar gets on him. And also Tim Baird, and the ball is just about, we'll wait till we can tell, looks to be about the 1-yard line. It's third down and goal to go. With the ball on the 1-yard line, the cavemen need to punch it in there. They're trailing 21-14 behind Hobbs. Now then, Mark Jackson goes to the goal line. I believe he's in there. Let's see. He went in for the touchdown. Mark Jackson was hit as he went over the line of scrimmage and knocked back to the 3-yard line, but the official ruled that he had punched the football over the line. He had punched the ball over the line, they say. Let's see. Wait a minute. We have a timeout called here, and it is a touchdown. It's a touchdown for Carlsbad, and the score now is Carlsbad, Hobbs 21 and Carlsbad 20. The cavemen will attempt to get the ball through the uprights and either tie up this ball game or they'll attempt to go for two. Now let's see what they choose to do about it. This is very, very crucial. 1 minute and 44 seconds left on the clock. And if they were able to get a 2-pointer across here, this would be disastrous for the Hobbs Eagles. No doubt Carlsbad will either go for the win or possibly lose the ball game entirely. Now let's see. We can see Mark Jackson down there changing shoes. So it's entirely possible that Carlsbad may attempt to get a tie out of this. They should know that they're trailing on penetrations, however. Let's see here. Are they? 3 and 3. Maybe they think they've got more first downs. They probably have looked at their record books. That is correct. They have 3 penetrations each. The touchdown counting. So now then, here comes the play as Mark Jackson will attempt to kick the ball through the uprights. Ball is down. He kicks it. It's good, and this ball game is tied. A tie ball game. Still, once again, it's Hobbs 21 and Carlsbad 21.
You may not need oil well service often, but when you do, the situation is critical. And the first qualification you look for is reputation. And this involves such things as know-how, years of experience, dependability, available equipment, and prompt action. Clark's Oil Well Service Incorporated of Hobbs and Jowl with 23 years experience. Clark Oil Well Service is large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Call them around the clock in Hobbs and in Jowl.
Now we're ready to go back to play for the 1 minute and 44 seconds left on the clock. This ball game is tied. The penetrations are tied. It's 21-21, and the penetrations are even at 3 each. We do not know about the first downs. Now then, here comes the kick by Carlsbad. It'll be Mark Jackson to kick the ball off. And it's entirely possible that he'll try an onside kick here. 1 minute and 44 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the kick. He kicks it high end over end, coming down this time, taking that ball on the 15-yard line, moving back up there this time and getting his Greg Hutchings. He gets to the 30. He tries to wriggle free from 2 or 3 of them there and finally gets to the 32-yard line. Greg Hutchings on a good run back there, gets to the 32. It's 1 minute and 37 seconds left on the clock. And the Eagles are in very, very precarious position here. The ball game is tied at 21-21. The penetrations are tied at 3 each. And the first downs may decide who is to be the winner. First downs are 2 in favor of Carlsbad. The Eagles need to get some more first down. Here comes the handoff to Johnny Black. He's going around the left side. He's on the sideline. Knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. And I believe that he was able to get it down to the Carlsbad 47-yard line. And I think this official may signal a face mask violation. Let's check it. Let's check it. As a penalty marker went down on the field. And that takes the ball down to the Carlsbad 47-yard line. And now then the Hobbs Eagles will get 15 additional yards. A face mask violation by Carlsbad takes the ball down to the Carlsbad 32-yard line. It's first down and 10 to go. Now then the Eagles have 1 minute and 14 seconds left on the clock. There's a signal for timeout, and a timeout call for the Carlsbad Cavemen with the score tied. Hobbs 21 and Carlsbad 21.
Master Charge is the greatest thing to happen to Lee County banking since money, and it's at New Mexico Bank and Trust Company. Master Charge is all the credit card you'll ever need. Better than money, you can use your Master Charge card at hundreds of stores and businesses here in Lee County. In fact, New Mexico Bank's Master Charge card is honored by thousands of merchants across New Mexico and throughout the nation and even internationally. That's Master Charge from New Mexico Bank, leading the way in Lee County.
Now they're ready to go back to play. 1 minute and 14 seconds left on the clock, and the Hobbs have possession first down and 10 on the Carlsbad 32-yard line. They need to get one more penetration if they can get it. The penetrations are tied at 3 each. Hobbs is behind in first downs by 1, I believe. Now then, here they come out of the huddle and move up there. Fryer signals for Quack. Takes the ball. And there goes the run into the middle this time, and it's Whitley carrying the ball inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And on the 28, it's going to be second down. And call it about 6 to go. Timeout called. Timeout to stop the clock. 1 minute and 2 seconds left. 1 minute and 2 seconds left, and that ball is on the 29-yard line of Carlsbad. We're going to stick around here. We don't want to miss any of this action because it's very, very crucial here. This ball game is tied, 21 and 21. The penetrations are tied at 3 each. And I believe that the Carlsbad Cavemen may be ahead by 1 first down. We do not have any official count on that. And the Eagles now have a chance to do or die. They've got the ball down on the Carlsbad 29-yard line. They have 1 minute and 2 seconds left in this football game. And Lee Morton and I have just been talking. This may be the best football game we've ever seen. 2 fine football teams. They're great, both of them. Either one of them deserve to be state champion. Now then, coming out of there now, it's second down. And a long 6 yards to go for the Eagles. Fryer ready, takes the ball, and handing off to Johnny Black, going around the left side. He gets through. He's past the 25 and knocked down on about the 24-yard line. He didn't get the first down as the Carlsbad Cavemen ganged up on him over there, and that's stalwart in the line. Rick Irish was in on him to make the tackle. On the 25, it's going to be third down and 2 yards to go. Third and 2, and the clock is running, showing 40 seconds. And now here, going into the middle of the line is Whitley, and a timeout here. A timeout on the play. I believe Whitley may be close to the first down. He looks to be on about the 21 or 2-yard line, and they may want to measure on that. There's a measurement call for. It'll be third down and about 2 yards to get to that 20-yard line. This could be a first down here. Let's see the stretch of the chain. And it's a first down for Hobbs on the 22-yard line. And 36 seconds are left on the clock. The Eagles need to get this penetration if they can possibly get it. They had the game pretty well won a while ago, and then Carlsbad broke it open with a long run, which was not good for a touchdown, but ultimately came to a touchdown as they punched it in from the 1-yard line on a quarterback keeper. And so now on the 22-yard line of Carlsbad, the Eagles have first down and 10 to go. 36 seconds left on the clock. The Eagles need to get past the 20-yard line for one more penetration. If our count is correct, that would give them one more penetration than Carlsbad. The game would end up in a tie, saying that it does end up with that 21-21 score. But at the end of the season, whoever has more penetrations or first downs, more penetrations and then first downs, would be declared the winner. Now then, here comes the play as they move up there. And Fryer ready. He calls for Clapp. Takes the ball. And handing in there is Whitley. Whitley goes past the 20, but penalty markers go down all over the place. And it's illegal procedure called against Hobbs. Illegal procedure is called against the Hobbs Eagles. That'll cost them 5 yards. 33 seconds left on the clock. Whitley was inside the 20 all right, down to about the 19-yard line, but a 5-yard penalty will nullify that play. Takes the ball back to the 26-yard line. Illegal procedure against the Hobbs Eagles. It'll be first down and 15 to go now. First and 15, so the Eagles got another bad break, as they've had a lot of them out here tonight. Those penalties have hurt. Clock is running, showing 24 seconds left. They're going to have to hurry it up. Here comes the play now. Pryor signaling for White. He'd better hurry up. That clock's running out. Now then he rolls out of there. He's being chased. He throws it. Gets to Danny Foster inside the 20, and he's got the penetration. Danny Foster inside the 20-yard line on about the 18-yard line. The clock is running out. They won't get another one away unless somebody calls a timeout. They've stopped the clock with 8 seconds left. And the official signals one more penetration for Hobbs, and that ball is on the 17-yard line of Carlsbad. The clock is running. They may let it run out. The Eagles will tie this football game with Carlsbad, and I believe will win it on penetration. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of this football game, and Lee Morton's going to run out of here and try to get an official scorer's opinion on this thing, and I believe that the Hobbs Eagles have won this football game on penetrations. Well, I'll tell you right now, we've had a hard time keeping up with this tremendous action out here. We're going to switch back. We're going to give you the final score. Hobbs 21, Carlsbad 21. The Hobbs Eagles will be declared, I believe, the winners on penetrations. So here is this word now from our sponsor, and then we'll take it back here in Carlsbad.
If you're thinking of a luxury car this year, how about thinking about the new luxury Le Mans? Buying a car with real luxury used to mean buying a big car, but no more if you want luxury. Well, now there's that midi-sized Pontiac. You get all the luxury you want without paying for more car than you need. The luxury Le Mans includes a long list of safety features, well, such as you'd expect in a car built by General Motors, beautiful outside and elegant inside. The kind of car you'd probably design for yourself. Why don't you see it tomorrow at Watson's in Hobbs? That's Watson Truck and Supply, 15001 North Grimes, right here in Hobbs, New Mexico.
Fresh dated meats from Furs. What does that mean to you? Well, it means your meat purchases from Furs are fresher and better. All fresh Furs protein beef, pork, lamb, and poultry is fresh dated. The date is right on the label, and no fresh meats are sold at Furs after 60 hours of counter time. And, of course, Furs fresh meats are miracle low price, too. It's a fact. You get it all at Furs supermarkets every day. So don't you settle for anything less than Furs.
Thank you. Back here at Carlsbad now, and we have Coach Kyle Ellis here in the press box and Lee Morton. Coach Ellis, I want you to give it to us straight now, friend. This is one of the toughest football games that we've ever seen out here in southeastern New Mexico, and I believe it is official on the penetrations. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, I believe so. This was truly a game between champions, I'll tell you that. Carlsbad has a tremendous football team.
Well, I think this is the toughest game that I've seen the Hobbs Eagles play here in a long time. They got down and they had to come from behind, and it just looked like Carlsbad was going to be so strong tonight that old running game wouldn't pay off, but they finally began to make those passes go, and then they began to pick up a little bit of yardage on the ground, and it looks like a 21-21 football game with Hobbs winning on penetrations. Is that correct, Coach Ellis?
Yes, sir, I believe it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, sir.
Lee Morton has checked around. Lee, what did you find out?
I went to the official score over here, and they indicated that it was 4-3, and the Carlsbad team did leave that field pretty dejected. The Hobbs Eagles were celebrating. I believe that's correct. And I'd just like to say I never saw a better football game between two finer football teams. I know Coach Kyle Ellis will agree with that. And a team that was down 14-0 and came back like that, you can't say enough for the Hobbs Eagles, but Carlsbad is a great one, too.
That's what they are, sir. They're Hobbs Eagles.
They are Hobbs Eagles. We've had a good time.
Thank you, Lee, and thank you, Coach Ellis. And you got it right out of the horse's mouth there, and it looks like the Hobbs Eagles may be in good shape. This was the one they had to win, and winning it by one penetration is just about as good as winning it by 35 points. It makes a kind of a nervous wreck out of all of us here, but hope that you enjoyed this football game back in Hobbs. I wish that all of you could have been over here, because the great Hobbs fans came en masse. A great army of them showed up here, 4,000 or 5,000, I imagine, and they didn't have any seats, but they stood around out there and they watched. and they came to life, and they helped this Hobbs team come on over here and win this ball game. 21-21 is the final score, a tie score, but the Hobbs Eagles have 4 penetrations on their record as against 3 for the Carlsbad Cavemen. And that's about the story of it. It was pretty close all the way. It looked like in the first half that the Carlsbad team might just be a little bit too powerful for the Hobbs Eagles. But when the Hobbs Eagles came back in the second half, they got a break on an intercepted pass by Vernon Patterson going all the way for the touchdown. And then the Eagles opened up with that pass, scoring 2 touchdown passes to Kevin Weiser, and then a 2-point conversion, a pass to Danny Foster, and that was just about the way she went. Now, so the Hobbs Eagles are in great shape in the race for the pennant this year. They have defeated the Carlsbad Cavemen on penetrations, 4-3. Well, Harry McAdams here and Lee Morton, and we hope we didn't get to shouting so loud that you couldn't understand what was going on. But it's just that kind of football game, and we got so excited and so thrilled over it all, and we hope that you did too. Well, we'll be back next week in Hobbs on home ground against the Roswell Goddard Rockets. We hope that everybody will come out there and watch these great Hobbs Eagles take on the Rockets next Friday night at Eagle Stadium. And tomorrow, don't forget to listen to Lee Morton as he broadcasts the play-by-play against Hobbs, for Hobbs against another Carlsbad team, the Junior Varsities.